Hey everyone, it's Friday. Normally this would be Slay the Spire time, however, we have a new Magic set that released this week, and thus, time for us to have a couple drafts. Plan on doing two tonight. Seeing how this limited format goes. Did one of these on Tuesday, and I've done a couple others to odds and ends. Pile of Rooms, Rakdos Aggro, and Enchantress stuff. I guess Eerie. I don't know. I still think of it as like Constellation, but that obviously isn't like anywhere close flavor-wise. But point being, all the enchantment likers. I want to see what Gruul looks like, or like some of the green-based decks. I feel like a lot of the there's a lot of really powerful Delirium enablers and cards for that. I feel like there's and I also want to see how Reanimator, like black-white, or even like one side of that plus another color maybe works. I mean, there's a lot of like very strong payoff type creatures that like a black-white or a black-white-green deck might be able to wield. Anywho, hope you're all doing well today. Big Eyeball is something that'd be fun to play with too. This card's wild. Also has good reanimation stuff. It's kind of funny. I've seen the threat of Mill a lot, but like it's more the threat rather than actually. Like you have to be very mindful. I've also seen people lose to deck out, but like it's more games ending with 4 cards left on both sides rather than somebody running out, because like somebody's got to have enough steam to finish on that sort of game. There's a couple cards that make it Crab. The problem with Crab, by the way, though, is that like there are certain decks where you mill them with Crab and they go thanks and kill you for it. So you have to be careful with that. Like, sweet, Delirium's on. Now let me play this Scarecrow that's a 5/4 that draws cards. So, anywho. I would love to... if I drafted Valgavoth, the big old Moth Demon, that'd be a lot of fun to, like, reanimate. You're obviously not casting something on 9 in this, but cheating it in. Now you're talking. Alright, what do we got to start? Undead Sprinter. Trample haste. You can cast Undead Sprinter from your graveyard. If a non-zombie died, it comes back with a counter. That's a really, really strong aggressive card. I like this a lot. This is really good as just like a very good card advantage bit, cycling bit, but also works as a reanimation bit for decks that are playing something like Shroud Stomper. Glassworks here is good removal with like a fine second side. That Shattered Yard is like, extant. Betrayer's Bargain also works well in that style of deck with sacking things like Flare of Lost Teeth. Greenhouse is not the one I think it is. It's the less interesting one. Undead Sprinter, Shroud Stomper, Glassworks. I said I wanted to do reanimation stuff. This is like really committal. Maybe I'll pick the Split Skin Doll splitting down the middle. This is the less committal. Okay. That's less committal. Like, you know, we can find something like that. Here we got Veteran Survivor as a 2/1 with, like, Graveyard Hate. And, let's be real, that Survivor stuff doesn't happen. Glassworks in here again. That's notable that I'm passing some pretty reasonable red. I kind of want to pick up the Fear of Abduction and set myself up in that deck. The idea here is that I want to set myself up in like white with reanimation stuff. But I want to keep open white with other bits. So, Saw's a cool one. Sack a permanent, draw a card. This is good for the red-black decks care the most out of this, but like there's a lot of green decks that can use this just as like cycle your lands. Beastie's quite good. Erratic Apparition is one of the good, like stronger payoffs for the blue-based enchantment decks. Let me go with this. Let's see what comes up in white. Orphans, okay. Orphans is actually really good with survivors. Very good at attacking pretty heavily. Fear of Infinity's fun. Immobility's okay. The black in here is like... I like Cultist works well against some decks and terribly against others. Decks that make 1/1 glimmers, this card just really goes poor against. I like the idea of cutting white here and making sure that that's like a staunch location I'm in. Perhaps we can get, yeah, threats around every corner is really cool. This is all your face down cards come with a land from deck, and it makes one, so you immediately get one. So if this is a 2/2 that gets a land on play, pretty nice. This is one of the cards that, like, when I talk about, like, green in the Reanimator deck, this is the card I would want in it. Perhaps that's what, like... Is that better than just, like... I don't know, I'm gonna take the Orphans. I'm gonna go with my gut on this one. Ooh, okay. Glimmer Seeker works well with the Orphans. It's a nice, like, card draw if you have a Glimmer. If you don't have a Glimmer, it makes a Glimmer. 3/3 body is nice. This is a nice bit for us. Green looking pretty nice in here. Moldering Gym. Manifest Dread is quite powerful. And Cryptid Inspector only takes, like, one face-down card to get above rate. Also being a 2/3 puts it above the 2/2s in the first place. Unsettling Twins is something I'm reasonably happy with, just as pile of 2/2s in a world of 2/2s. Unlike... There's a lot of... You know, and Fear of Infinity is really cool. This world seems like it has a lot of balance around the 2/2 pile stuff. We got Meat Locker in blue, Unwilling Vessel in blue. Lionheart Glimmer if I want to keep white, which is also really excellent. I kind of like cutting white and then letting, like, kind of reading what comes following it. This one's a little expensive, but it plays really well. Hard to kill, too, with that ward. Like, it's unlikely they're going to kill it on the turn you play it, and if they do, it's most of their turn. Honestly, in blue, I'm less likely to pick the Vessel and more likely to pick Meat Locker. This is really, really good. Like, Meat Locker is a very powerful card. Okay. Okay, we've got Emerge if I want to pick up the reanimation pile stuff. Glimmer Burst if I want to keep on the... If I want to... Oh, and wow, there's some nice stuff in here. Yeah, this is, like, reanimation piece. This is another Lionheart Glimmer. I wonder if I want to pick up the reanimation piece and get myself open for that. That was something I talked about. But, like, seeing a second Lionheart Glimmer is really powerful. It makes me want to, like, start picking up, like, blue for blue-white, or even real blue... Yeah, white blue or white red. I'm gonna go ahead and pass on the Emerge here because we aren't set up for a reanimation setup. We just have a... Okay, white is just... Look, I understand. Ooh, unable to scream, but, like, Seize from Slumber is a very nice removal spell. The 2 mana on it is the specific thing I like. Unable to Scream is also, like, more powerful as an enchantment. And before this ends up mono land, we'll see. Alright, here we're seeing a little bit of a drop on stuff. Saw might be fine to pick up. This is the Haunted House set, yes. Okay, Shroud Stomper made it back around. There's also the Acrobatic Cheerleader. I'm actually really interested in seeing if that plays off. I like the Acrobatic Cheerleader, but I'm willing to pick this at this stage just to see if that plays out. Because I like that. So. Let's go ahead and... I don't think Fear Lost Teeth is the kind of card even we want in the deck that this is, if it's doubled. Fear the Dark. Neither of these are really the style of thing I'm super after. If we get the... Okay, Bale Mercury... Wow. Locker late, too. Okay. Ghost Vacuum. Exile target card from a graveyard, 6, sack it, put each creature into play. It's a 1/1 flot. Hold on. This might just be fine on its own. This is like graveyard hate, but like, if you get to the end on this, graveyard hate isn't common in this set either. There's not a lot of it. There's excellent graveyard hate, but not much. And this is a card that like you put down and it becomes like game-ending threat if we hit the 6 and I get to make like 4 1/1 flyers with a bunch of text. Yeah, okay. I'm in on that. Exercise would be my pick otherwise, because this just does everything. This card's very good. Let's keep an eye on blue and black, see what the most powerful stuff we see. Ooh, seeing Optimistic Scavenger is a really nice piece here. We don't have a lot of the eerie stuff at the moment, but, like, that doesn't, like, we can see a grand entryway here, and we might be able to make, like, powerful one-drops are something that, like, really... How real's the Loner? Quite. Like, for one, 3 power, like, is good. This is likely gonna trade. But it's something that would be, like, a throw a big body down in order to reanimate it, or just like set up a delirium. How real do I think the black is in this? I'm gonna go with the Optimistic Scavenger and see if we end up able to use that more. Final Vengeance, Murder, Hardened Escort. I like this one. I am really sticking on the white here. Like, there's fine black in here. Final Vengeance works well with, like, rooms to sack to it. And it is exile removal, which is pretty meaningful. Murder's murder. This card is exactly as good as it looks. Miasma Demon. Miasma. Oh, am I falling into just picking up the eerie stuff? Might be falling into just picking up the eerie stuff. That's fine. If you're gonna hand me a Gremlin Tamer, and I have 2 Lionheart Limmers. If we can do a side grade on the deck we did on our last stream, I'm definitely gonna try it. Surgical Suite and Hospital Room. Here's Surveillance. This one is Attack Surveil. Ha. I don't like this. This is more for that hospital room, but like... I feel like rooms are in just a really powerful spot. Cult Healer. Living Phone. Not anything. This feels like too small. It trades with like a Dread, but meh. How do rooms work? You can play either side of them, and then you can like open the other side when the first is in play. So you can play it for either 2 or 4 to get the 2 or 4 effect on, and then like while it's in play, you can pay the other side and be like, all right, that's on. Kind of like you flip up you would flipping up a morph. Squeaky. Okay. Sure, let's get some rooms to go with that. Another Shroud Stomper. Can I make those work? There's no way I can... I think Phone at 2 is probably too good, and then Phone at 3 is like just sort of like filler level, and that's like not bad, but... I don't know that I believe in the Shroud Stompers. I'll be honest. Okay, this is nice. We pick up the grand entryway. The blue in here is kind of light. I think the black is fake, and the blue is pretty light. That's okay. I don't... I pick up lands a little lower than I probably should. Like, that's just a... I know that's a thing I do. You know how it is. I don't think I'm playing 2 Saw. Okay, I want... I don't hate Clammy. This thing's fine. Give in to violence. This is a very specific deck that wants that. Planes. Alright, pack 3, do we get like a ghost? We get a worm? This thing's messed up. We get Shard Mage's Rescue? This thing's actually quite good. Counter a removal spell, enchantment trigger, 1/1, combat trick. All sorts of little bits. Saw 1 is fine, Saw 2 is also fine, and then like if you start including more than Saw 2, then you start having problems. You don't want to get that deep in. This card's really good though, especially with the flashback on it. Like it's Aurora the Worm, but it also is a trample haster. This is a very small card, but I'm gonna pick it up because I think it's a very effective card. 1 mana is a lot. I want to pick up a couple more things in blue to set us up in like having the color be fine. This is not the kind of thing I want to pick up. This ley line needs a little bit too much work. You can get this to work with like some of the like Sheltered by Ghosts or some of the better life gain cards, but I'm more interested in both Silent Hall Creeper, which is a really good card. This thing is unblockable, becomes a 3/3 or draws you a card, then does the other, and then you can copy another creature. You lose the unblockable and you copy, but like you keep the counters. Bottomless Pool, also really good card draw. Glimmer Burst, I'd be fine with. Friendly Ghost and Twins. We got a lot in here. I'm gonna pick the Silent Hall Creeper because I think this is a pretty powerful card. Damn, this one's like, this is one of the cards that makes me want to be playing red-white. Like, if I saw this early, I would, like, pivot really hard. Especially, like, with something like Irreverent Gremlin. Which allows you to, like, cycle on that, too. Windbreaker's fine. Twist Reality is actually a little bit too, like, I don't know. We're not blue, like, super blue, and double blue like that isn't super interesting to me. The card's, like, okay. We don't have a lot of, bits for that. I'm not even sure for... Okay, here's something I'm a lot more happy on. Hi, Altanok. I don't think we saw any copy of its name, but... Unnerving Grasp is a really good card. This is a Mana War, but it's also, like, way more than a Mana War. The Manifest on it makes it have some power on the body. The fact that it can target a non-land actually allows you to do something like bounce your own Meat Locker or bounce your own entryway to get that off the table and back on. I don't... Triple blue, huh? I don't think that's the pick. If this were like pack 2, I think we could do a little bit more pivoting to make this function. But right now, the mana base is something like 7-10 with no duels. I'm gonna pick the removal spell here, which is just a fine. Stay hidden, stay silent. Meat Locker is another great one. Tunnel Surveiller is another body. I'm gonna go with the Meat Locker because I think I believe in it a little. These are both really good. Surveyor works really good with the Lionheart Glimmer and such. But, like, Meat Locker has shown a lot of power. None of these matter for me. A lot of red-blue here, huh? I'll take the keys. This could be fine. We might want a piece of fixing. Let's get that going. Hello. Dang. That's a feel-good if I've ever seen one. In set reviews, I was a sleeper. This card is not a... I'll take... Actually, I was gonna say take the Leyline for fun, but Glimmerburst is a card I'll play in the deck. Twist Reality would probably be okay there. Let's grab the Loner. There's a world where this deck gets a little bit more of, like, the black going on, and we got the Shroud Stompers, but, like, the black we saw wasn't the style I wanted to go with it. Like, we weren't on... the Crypt room is kind of the biggest one. Yeah, Mindskinner is super good in the in the world of, like, hey, we have a lot of games that come down to, like, mill as a thing. So like, hitting them for 10 mil on just one hit can be the end of the game. The problem is that triple blue, especially in going into pack 3, this deck was very limited in its plays, and just not worth the attempt at that. That's a good way to get us to get killed. We'll play the vacuum as well. That's 8-9. I might cut a land for keys. What's our curve look like? So, 13 and 10. What are the 10 non-creatures? I wish I could, like, do this. Okay, so non-creatures, it's Shard Mage, Vacuum. It's removal, Glimmer Burst, removal, big things. Okay, this is a creature, and... Meat Lockers are pretty nice. Same with the Unnerving Grasp. It's like the 13 count is actually like 15 or 16, depending on how we're doing counts. Because, like, Grasp is a creature. Surgical Suite, it's not Surgical Suite, Grand Entryway is a creature. I might want to cut out, and Glimmer Burst is a creature. It's tiny, though. Looks like this is playing similarly to what we had last time, but with a different style. We aren't as, like, Gremlin Tamer heavy. And we don't have, like, the wild openings that that might have entailed. Well, even still, we might. But we still have 2 Lionheart Glimmers, and we have some, like... We have a lot of these rooms as our top end, but really it's and Fear. Fear of Abduction here is really powerful as a 5/5 flyer that's also an O-ring. We gotta give up a body for it. Yeah. Anything else I want to include? Colt Healer, Creeper and Peeper, Saw 1. I don't know if that's right. That probably isn't. That might just be better as the... Like, there's nothing... We're not opening rooms with this. We might be, like, closing and reopening. That's probably the best it has, is the late game play. Which, like, that, like, with the Grand Entryway, or that with the Meat Locker. Fear of Immobility, is that something we want? This is like... This is like a Meat Locker on a body. You're thinking, like, maybe replace it with, like, Clammy or, like, Windbreaker, something a little bit more lower on the line. I don't feel like it's an effect we don't have with 2 Meat Lockers. I don't feel like this is something that's like, oh, okay, I feel like we need that. Do this, and then I feel better about the 9/8. We have 2 copies of Meat Locker, so I'm not too bad about, like, overdrawing it. Same with the Glimmer Burst. That's actually nice having some card draw hidden around in this. So, like, if we get into a late game stall scenario, we have a couple options. And Ghost Vacuum is a way to, like, get out of a late game as well. Okay. Try this. Pick that doll on one, and that doll will still be good. We have a lot of bodies that are under 2 power to make it from draw discard to just draw. I still want to see what Gruul looks like, and I wanted to get reanimation going, but Blue pulled me into what it was the late meat locker in pack 1. I think we got that like pick 12 or 13. And oh my god. All right. Well, well, give me the ghost room, and that's the end of this game on like with this curve. Holy shit! Like this is people say like I've heard talk of like this is like a slower format, and like that might be true in the aggregate, but in the here and now, time to be the statistical outlier. Let's go. Gonna go orphans. Rakdos. The idea here is that okay. Combat first. I know I'm dropping a little bit of, like, damage on this, but I want to hold up the Shard Mage's rescue. They're looking at something. I'm... Okay, it doesn't... Oh, it no longer functions. Never mind. That's funny. That's the one that we couldn't play around. Alright, and then this gets a counter, and then we beat up the clown. So with the scavenger, so the hexproof on that doesn't function, but with the scavenger at 3/3, it's a little bit more resilient to some of the 2 damage removal they might have access to. There's a 4/4 they can play in a pretty short order. Alright. Need a clown. Ooh, this is nice. Check this out. Tap them both. And then, post-combat, I think they're going to use +3/+0 and Manifest Dread. That's, like, the only trick I think available to him, or the one first striker. Anyway, we get a body. We get to add another counter. Let's go ahead and add this one on... Yeah, I'm gonna put that here. We play the land because 6th land opens up the Ghost Vacuum, so we want to have that available. They might have, like, deal damage, like there's a 5-mana Wrath sort of thing that, like, targets a creature and then slams everything for its, power, but they don't clean enough here for that to be, game-winning. Okay, Fear of Being Hunted, that can make my 1/1 block. Okay, well. Open up the Meat Locker. That's the end of the game, right? All out. Alright. I feel like first time drafters instead have a hard time evaluating rooms, and so blue opens a lot more. Like blue-red sort of thing. I could definitely be. They're wildly strong for, like, a long-term value. Like, having a split card where you can play both halves, and a lot of them have, like, early game, late game options, so they're not dead at different points that you draw, makes them just so high impact. Even if the second half is, like, a small thing, think like the Black Room that has a draw spell on the left and, like, +1/+0 Death Touch when attacking alone on the right. Or the Burn spell that's 4 damage on the left and 1 point for 5 every turn on the right. That's still, like, there are going to be turns like last one we had where you're just sort of, like, top-decking nonsense, and, oh, well, this gives you anything to be doing. And a lot of times, anything to be doing really gets there. This is not an... I don't hate this. It's got, like, fine cards. It's just... the fact that we have enough draw in here... My actual worry here is our opponent runs us the hell down. We'll see how that works. Hopefully Ghost Vacuum can make, like, Delirium just non-functional for this. Very happy to see Unnerving Grasp. That actually makes me so much happier to have. On the Craig, huh? That's a good draw. This is a 2/3. Makes our things cheaper, which is really nice. If they attack in... I'm probably just fine taking 2. We'll keep working on this. I think I'm gonna... do I just want to bounce that? I kind of like getting... I don't... We'll get to find out what it is if I do bounce it. And then, like, Lionheart Glimmer next turn looks really good. Yeah, let's do that. I like bouncing it because I like getting the 2/2 right now. That's the actual part of this I like. Like, it could backfire and... Oh! It... Huh! Okay. Move to combat. Are you gonna Scorching Dragonfire me? No. Alright. I did cut them off the mana, though. That's really nice. Like, yes, next turn they can just play that, but they're off red right now, and the ramp piece now needs to be replayed. I probably am just willing to Meat Locker this to get it stopped. You know what I mean? The other aggressive line is the Lionheart Glimmer, which I actually also like here. But I really like the idea of cutting them off a color that they just don't have. Into the Meat Locker, please. If they're off the color, okay, they got on it, and they got a pretty good play to follow it. Okay. That's a good one. Okay. Let's go ahead and... I'm all Lionheart here. Okay, opponent is going to be trying to push damage on us to kill us back, huh? I guess the fact that they're finally on red feels good for them. Ah, drawing into a lot of the red, too. Yeah, I love when the lions make cat noise because they are cat glimmer. Lionheart's sort of immune to, or not immune to removal, but pretty hard to kill here. Like, they have to have a pretty, whew, that's a pretty damn premium card right now. The aggro they're coming out with right now is, So they get a blocker, that's really annoying. You can take 5. Okay. We do get to block this, so we're not taking a million damage here, but... I'm gonna exile our own Fear of Abduction. If we draw a land here, it might just be worth it to open up this, because we've got, because of the Fear of Abduction under it. I don't know if that's better than our other plays. Because Fear of Abduction, just take out the worm, so that that's not an issue at the mo. I don't like that in the long term, though. Might still be necessary. Let's put a little bit of pressure on. Okay. I'm a little worried about dying from nowhere here. Okay. That's fine. But annoying because that, oh, actually, they don't get the, okay. They don't have Delirium for that, so that's okay. Okay, some good draws. Some really good draws, actually. Let's go ahead and chump the 4/4 and take 5, go to 6. Exiling from our graveyard the Lionheart Glimmer. And then I think this is where we're going to go ahead and open up the gates. We could instead, like, Seize from Slumber, stay... Actually, that actually looks a lot like a really strong set up to... Because if we go, like... Keep this tapped. Kill this before anything happens with it. And then, like... Harden Escort. punch in. Okay. Now from here, we've got... Okay, 4 damage. That kills off a body of ours. And then they've got 4 mana left. Threats, okay. Then they get their land. Now we're gonna go ahead and take... Ooh. Razor Horde Caller? Yeah. Alright. So, yeah. That's what we call the end of the game, where all of a sudden, we get the removal from Fear, we get the pump from Lionheart, and we get the bodies from Razorkin. Like, that's, that's nice. Hey, you know what? I got to play Reanimator at the end of the day. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. How do you think Luigi... I think Luigi would be alright. Luigi would be scared, so scared in the house, but Luigi would be fine. You know? Oh my god. This is still fine. Yeah, we're still good. The surgical suite instead of the glimmery one is still okay, but like... Getting the lead with the optimistic scavenger is also just something I'm super happy with. This is a really dangerous card. Okay. So I've got anti-mill, I've got, you know, I love the ghost vacuum, it's a nice... Oh! It's enough that they're willing to spend the piece of removal on it. Okay. Alright. Glimmer Seeker, by the way, next turn, way too good. Because we're going to be able to make it a 4-4 or 5-5 on attack, as big as we need it to be to get over whatever their play is. And then it gets to, like, make a 1-1, and then the scavenger gets to go off. Okay. Interesting. Flash removal? We have something. We're gonna make 2 3/3s, I think. Okay. If they want to spend removal, I want to make it, like, hard for them. It was just forest cycling on a body. Okay. The weakness we have here is that there's, like, a room that kills 3 power things, but we have recursion on board, so I don't feel too, like, scared of that. Okay. Alright. That's, Luigi would be terrified. Luigi also body the demon and controlling it. I like the idea of Luigi trying to put Valgavoth into a vacuum into the Poltergust 3000. We're having a blast with this deck. What I'm finding out in this format, I did a couple other drafts. One of them was Rakdos Aggro, which was a blast to play. And then one of them was, like, Jeskai Room Pile. And that one was also, like, a lot of fun to play, like, controlling removal pieces. But this deck with the, like, enchantment synergies has just felt really good. We're not keeping that. We are keeping that. Yeah. That feels really wrong, but I'm doing it. All of my cards in hand feel too strong for me to want to throw down any of the others. Leech. A fine 2/2. Alright. My biggest problem with this set is alternate win cons exist. Every time I see them, I throw my draft in the garbage. That's very funny. I understand. If Kirby got here, Vel'Koth gives 2 hours. Okay, they steal that for a round. That's okay. It's annoying, but it's okay. Goodbye. We'll miss you. I'm just gonna go ahead and play Inquisitive Glimmer here. 2/3 beats the 2/2, and I've got an anti-removal spell. Like, Shard Mage's Rescue is a really nice trick to have around. Ah, damn it! This one's proofed. This one's proofed against me. All right. It's fine. Alright. Duskmourn is looking like a lot of fun. I'm playing a deck similar to last time, but with some really... Yeah, this is me drafting. Alright, we're actually gonna pick up the Shard Mage's Rescue. Yoink. Womp, 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 womp. Ooh, that's danger mode. Okay. All your creatures you play for the rest of the game get +2/+0 and haste. I see. So stay hidden, stay silent shuffles it in. That's an eventual answer. Oof. That's probably my actual, like, long-term answer, to be honest with you. What on earth are you posting the longest link in the universe, Nick Themerod, for? Please stop that. Like, please don't do that. I super apologize for having to do that. I don't know how to clear that out otherwise. But, like, don't. Come on. Okay. So we get to do our cool thing with the, with this, because this is a Glimmer. And next turn, I can activate the Stay Hidden, Stay Silent activation here to get rid of the Enduring Courage. So, things are like, okay, they get one turn of fast creature, but like, I can't stop that. That's not fast creature? Oh, that is fast creature, though. Uh-oh. That's a really good fast creature. You can cast this from grave if any other creature, non-zombie, died this turn. Alright, they get Fast Rat. I'm not really. Fast Rat's like extant, sure. Alright. So we need to do this. I dropped my shields for one turn, but we have a lot of cards to follow up with. So this is the turn they want to spend removal if they have it. Yep, that makes sense. If they have the removal, you need to spend it right now, or else your removal's not working because I'm holding the Shard Mage's Rescue. Do they have the red to be able to play that? No, they don't. That's tragic. Okay. I think the line here is I actually want to turn up the Scavenger. Play the Silent Hall Creeper. Give this Glimmer, and then play the Clammy Prowler, and that goes on the Silent Hall Creeper, and then we get to attack with the Silent Hall Creeper. I know they get to just block with the Rat, but like we need to burn through resources anyway. Does flipping a Manifest Dread count as ETB? No, it does not. It's like flipping a Morph. You don't get enter effects off it because it was already there, so. So they can open these for damage, but that's not... Alright, well, we're spending it. Okay. That actually is the end of the game, too. Alright. I'm really, really happy with how our Unnerving Grasp, picking up our own copy of Shard Mage's Rescue, worked. Like, we could have just, like, bounced Leech or something like that, but giving us back this like, 1-mana counterspell, like, completely changed the way they had to play because it was a known card to them. So all of a sudden on, like... Yep. Yeah, Manifest, for the most part, just sort of works in the same way Morph does. It's just the rules for flipping it up are different. In that you can flip it up, like, by its mana cost rather than... Wow, this is really good. I mean, it's off blue, but I'm still, like, 1-2 is a draw. So, I don't feel bad about this. And we also have Shard Mage's Rescue. The split in this is, 8-9. 9 in favor of Plains. So right now there are currently 8 islands and 6, Plains in the deck. Was phone. It's kind of awkward. I don't really want to be attacking into phone. I'm gonna play Orphans and pass. Orphans can get in there soon. We have a Lionheart Glimmer coming up too, so we'll just let Phone stick around for a little while. Alright. Here we get to go in with Orphans, because Orphans get to go tap, tap. And that gives us enough, you know, to get over. Alright. Hello. Shard Mage's Rescue, getting to do the job. Gonna hand off counter 2 to the Scavenger, actually. This is destroy, not exile, so if we can't exile Phone, they're gonna sack Phone just to cycle it. Looks like. Oh, or just take 5. I'm surprised. It feels like sacking Phone to exile it is something that makes sense. Even off blue, our next land gets us this Lionheart Glimmer. Okay, they've got they get to eat the Orphans, but that's fine because the Orphans aren't even like high impact. They're just a body. They have to leave the Phone back to block. So getting to play the Glimmer here is sweet. We get to put the counter on this doll, and then when we go to attack, this Glimmer hands +1/+1 out, and now we got 4/3 and 3/3. So the Phone so whom was Phone makes no trades. They just get the Phone. So Phone on death, very funny. I love this art. Very happy Phone, silly Phone. They get Ominous Fly Trap. Okay, they get the Fly Trap. They don't have anything near the Fly Trap right now, right? No, they're 3/4. They're close. Okay, Twins make sense. Hey, and we're good. Okay. Blue opens up a huge amount here. I think we're just gonna go ahead and... How do we want to go about this? I think Unnerving Grasp on the face-down card is going to work best for us. Yeah. It's a Plains. So they get their 5th land, but, like, look at their, you know, position now. They're going to 5? And, like, next turn, our attacks are... You can't just play one large body here. They have a trick, but, like, there's no way I believe that any trick is enough here. Yeah. Not on 1 mana. Last time I was actively into Magic was around the tail end of New Capenna. I imagine there's been big changes. I mean... Magic is still, like, similarly structured in that during New Capenna, it was, like, kind of like every set had a very distinct style to it. New Capenna very different than Neon Dynasty around it, or Innistrad to the left of it. Our set here, as you've seen on a lot of these cards, is very, like, a more modern-day horror aesthetic, rather than Innistrad's creature, like, you know, Universal Pictures aesthetic. And like, God, this has been so much fun. I don't know. Maybe we want to install FTG. It's like one thing, like, so Wizards has a lot of ups and downs, lefts and rights, and decisions that are questionable and bits going on. The quality of the limited formats, like set to set, year to year, not only are they all very like distinct in the way that they play, like on the whole, like you're hitting real hard. You're not hitting 1,000, but you're hitting like you're hitting good. I don't know that I can keep this. This is so much removal. Maybe that's fine. I'm gonna try this because I like Hardened Escort in a hospital. I think that's good. Like, there have definitely been the limited formats that exist that, like, have been, like, Murders is probably your low bar, as far as, oh, are you gonna play the 2-drop? Okay, we're just getting the Flesh Burrower. Just the Flesh Burrower, I say. I want to say Murders is the most recent, like, format that had, like, more distinct problems. I know, like, I was a big fan of Bloomburrow, but I also know a lot of folks didn't like how prescriptive the typing was. Like, you kind of picked a lane and went into it, and that's sort of something that happens with sets based on creature types a lot of the time. Like, that's just sort of like, yeah, this is a thing that occurs with those sorts of sets. Yeah, that is absolutely the, like, the big thing with how Bloomburrow plays, and that's it was accentuated in some other sets like Ixalan that like their creature types. If they play a removal spell on Hardened Escort, I'll feel really good because we have the Surgical Suite, so like it doesn't matter. I can just pick it up. Because this picks up a 3 or less mana body, so like I'm fine with them using removal here. I'd actually like them to use removal on the smaller bits rather than like having it still in the pocket the longer we go. Bloomburrow's fixing, yeah, that's another. There's all sorts of like little bits and pieces to it. Ooh, I like that. Okay, how about we do this? Let's go. Let's do some trading. We're gonna go in. I'm gonna take the trade that they offer. And then post-combat, we get to go Gremlin Tamer, which makes a Gremlin when we play an enchantment. And then we're gonna go ahead and play an enchantment. Yeah, always happy. Yeah, you know, I'm always happy to answer questions and talk shop about all sorts of things. So that's I'm, you know, glad to see you checking in with how things have been. I recommend checking out Bloomburrow because Bloomburrow is a sweet set. It's very Mouse Guard-esque, you know, like like 80s mice films. Me enjoy. Look, I've been trying to find an excuse to. Okay, sure. Threats is fine, but like it isn't changing how the turns look here. So. Yep, they get their land. They're not fixing for an extra color. They're just fixing for. Oh, those are nice. Well, that is a nice looking land there. What I'm gonna do... Trying to think of the last really dud draft format you played in Battle for Zendikar, and that was like a decade back. That one was definitely a dud. I want to say the one I'm thinking of, I have poor memories of Ixalan first, though that at this point also is a little ways back. I'm also not a huge fan of how the Innistrades played out, as far as the more recent stuff. Yeah, Crimson Vow. Alright, this just lets us attack, so I'm gonna, like, do that. And then we're gonna open up this room. And that lets us make this gremlin and this gremlin big, and then we all out, and you get to be indestructible so I don't lose you. Anyway, check out the way we're just going wide here. We are causing many problems for our opponent. Thank you for gifting out. Oh my god. 50 subs plus 21. Oh my god. I will give you some shoutouts at a later point here, but thank you so much for the gigantic pile of subs. As I said, I'm very sorry I had to pop you. That link was just gigantic. It's like, oh, that's the whole chat. I think there's a clear out command, but I didn't remember it. Enjoy Slime Pog, everybody. That's the new emote. There's a new emote today. Okay, yeah, you probably wanted to do that, or else you were losing this game like super on. Okay, these are all like fair things to be doing. But yeah, 21 from Twitch and 50 on the damn. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a ton. Let me figure out what I'm doing here. Am I just like opening up this room for draw 3? Probably. Let's go ahead and draw some cards. Opponent's running a little low on gas too, so we'll get in. But yeah, please enjoy. Thank you so much, Nick Thymeron. But yeah. Oh no, Squishball! The next emote that I want to put up is Shifty Eye Mimic. That's the next one that's in the works, so that you're aware of what are the upcoming cool emotes in the pipeline. It's Shifty Eyed Mimic. Because I have a number of animated emote slots, and little shifty-eyed mimic is one that is like maybe my favorite of all of the things that Rocket Slime. By the way, if you haven't checked out Rocket Slime, that's the stream that I'm doing on Wednesdays, on Dragon Warrior Wednesdays. Started Rocket Slime last week. It's maybe the coolest game that's ever been made, the happiest game, the most it's a game that is so happy to be where it is. Alright, let's go ahead and open up this room. Yeah, you just have a little slime you get to throw around in directions, you get to throw enemies, and also you get a giant mech. Copper Popper, thanks for the sub, I appreciate it. Okay, they get a land. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse? Hey, hold on. Hey, what's going on over here? What's your identification code? Huh? Hello? What's going on over here? Okay, alright. Our opponent's on 6, but they've got some power. the weight room. We're just gonna bounce that. That's not a problem to us. This makes a 5/5. Yeah, so let's go grasp, bounce the 5/5. Oh, that was their. Oh, they get the comment effect on this on Nico. They're so Nico here. They were a planeswalker from originally from Theros. Showed up on Kaldheim. Let's go open up. And then I think we win here if I go open the locker and then tap this down. I think that's lethal, right? Because I get a counter here and I'm attacking for 6. All right. They got a... Yeah, Nico, like, didn't get a lot of focus on their first entry in Kaldheim, especially because, like, they weren't... Like, Kaya was a little bit more central plot, and... Like, they didn't get a ton of screen time. They get a really nice amount in this one. They're also not, like, the lead here, because we have a kind of a squad in a haunted mansion. And, like, it's arguable, like... You know, between time, like all of our characters get a lot of time in the sun. Kaldheim did have a story. That was Theros that had just a summary. Theros Beyond Death. Yeah, but yeah. Okay, even scroll up and see all these. I'm gonna get a couple of these. I don't think I'm gonna get them all, but thank you, Nick Themeron, for handing out Jacoma 2297, Corona SCP, Punbug, Big Bad Secret Darkness, Dectalon, Growing Grover of this is gonna keep Blue Magnus Stormcrow. This is not it. Hangman, Netman Matt, Reverb, Sword of Factor Fiction. That's a good sword. Veil, Blazing Blade. Oh, all right, okay, hold on. Wait up. All right, the story on this set was really good. We had the written Shannon's like written stories, both for the main story stuff following Kaito, Wanderer, Tyvar, Nico, Zabone, and Winter. Really good. And then there's also a good set of side stories to go with that as well that are just really interesting. Really fun. That 2 slimes smooching. Alright, slime to slime. I'm not blocking. I'll take 1. Do you have a ninja? Cultist. Sure. You know what? I want to get the creeper down. Counter on the creeper, counter. No attacks. So this creeper's unblockable. It either gets to, on hit, get counters, draw a card, or become another creature. It keeps the counters when it becomes another creature. It loses can't be blocked when it becomes another creature. That's also not a May. If you run out of, you know, okay, they're gonna sack that Fear of Lost Tooth to Final Vengeance to kill off the Scavenger and the Creeper, which is a very good play for them. It would have been, like, if that was just Rat, it would have been an okay play, but as is, it's actually a much better play. I'm gonna go ahead and take both of these out like so. We're gonna just go ahead and do a little bit of cleanup on their board. They can get a Manifest Dread. I don't really mind that. That's gonna happen regardless, and I'd rather they don't have access to it later. Bad news on our end is just the pile of lands we're drawing. Good news is the Drowned Diner, which has a draw 3 on it. We're gonna go ahead and just play the Meat Locker out right now to get us a little bit of aggression going out and some bodies. No, thank you for the raid. Manifest Dread is spooky scary. It makes it... They get the 2/2 off of the top 2, picking 1. The other to Grave, which makes it really good. This is... Oh, that... Oh! Pick up my Scavenger? Don't mind if I do. How do we want to do this? Thinking. Open the door.
White blue again, huh?
We're 6-0 at this, so I'm feeling pretty confident in it.
Oh, I'm not complaining.
But,
I'm just
so this started as almost mono white with some black for reanimation targets, but we at the end of pack 1, this Meat Locker was like 12th pick or 13th pick, and so we just like that happened, and it's just like, all right, well, change of plans, everybody.
And you picked up another Gremlin Tamer as well, which is a card that seems to be extremely good.
We have
and another Gremlin Tamer.
Yeah, we have 2 of them in this deck. This is the Glimmer that makes your enchantments and rooms 1 less.
Ooh, nice.
We're gonna go and unlock. That's gonna get us a counter on this gremlin, and then when we get to attack with all gremlins, and then we get a counter on this gremlin, so there's no trades allowed. One of the biggest cards...
Get to attack with all gremlins.
Our deck also has 2 copies of that, Land Damnation. Do it. Make it happen. That ain't Damnation, come on! You have to try harder.
Really a decent card.
That's good in this situation. You ain't gonna... Oh my god. But you gotta work harder. You gotta work farther, you gotta work faster. Shard Mage's Rescue's been maybe the best card in our deck.
What's it do? I'm actually unaware.
Flash, enchanted creature you control. That creature has hexproof this turn, +1/+1.
Oh, okay.
This trick is
just
everything.
A very simple combat trick and counterspell.
Yeah,
You got a lot of little guys.
It's after midnight somewhere. So, yeah, like, we had a game where we played this to get, like, because it's an enchantment, so it gets the triggers, and then we used the blue, like, bounce a thing Manifest Dread to just pick this back up. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and... I could save the Gremlin Tamer, but I'm more interested in... doing this.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Alright, good luck. Do you have Damnation? I need you to play Damnation.
Do have that.
You can cast
so
the
it
card.
costs 4, double black, and is a special guest card, right? So it's not super common to have it.
No, it's quite rare. It's like probably above a mythic on its stature. The other wrath they could have would be double white, like destroy everything 3 power or greater.
Yeah, but they don't have.
This is the bounce spell, by the way.
Yes.
Uh,
The Man of War.
yes, yeah, but like the Man of War that can target your own non-creature stuff, which is what makes it like it has some wild uses outside of that. Swamp. Swamp. Yeah, this was not just a 7-0, but like
a real
like a rundown of a
straightforward 7-0.
Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, yeah. Like stream has been going for hour 20 and like 2/3 of that game.
Time for a second one?
Oh yeah, I planned on 2 in the first place, so
excellent. I can actually hang out for the second draft then.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and quick step away, take a break. Everybody should also just get up, take a quick stretch, and then we'll go ahead and see what we can find on draft 2. So, but yeah, God, I keep falling into that white-blue pile. That's a good place.
I mean, it's clearly very powerful, is the thing. Like, it's a good... White-blue is rarely bad in draft because of its typical focus on evasion, but it looks like here it's actually focus on value, mainly, and getting tons and tons of guys and being a kind of a weenies plan.
Yeah, the enchantment focus, like... is an interesting place to be. All right, I'm gonna step away. I'll be right back, and then we can draft 2. All right. Oh, one thing I want to check out in here. Checking out streams of UFO 50 recently and shocked how many deck builders are in it. The stuff I've seen of UFO 50, the bits and pieces, have been very cool. Like, I like the conceit of the title as well as the idea of, like, there's going to be somebody playing it is not going to be like, oh, well, I don't like all of these. Well, of course, there's 50 different games with a ton of different styles. You'll find the hope is that, like, some of them catch you in a really interesting way. All right. Gonna give you all a couple minutes before we get started here. Let's say, yeah, a couple minutes and we'll get moving. But yeah, well, before that, then let's take a look at what it says here for the draft decks. So, because our Azorius one calls out Eerie, the enchantment focus, with a pile of rooms, and that's basically how it's played out. They have a lot of powerful value engines on the rooms, and a lot of, like, ability to go wide with some nice disruption. Blue-black also focuses on the rooms, but in a lot more controlling manner. Black's access in these enchantments and abilities in these enchantments give it a little bit more of a bit more of a control focus. And as we all know, Rakdos is affinity for artifacts. They never fixed the description here for Bloomburrow. The Bloomburrow description was always the affinity from Modern Horizons 3. In here, it talks about it having a big sacrifice focus, specifically on throwing away its rooms after they're used. It does, however, say black-red, black-red. So
Rakdos is a little cursed.
yeah, Rakdos is just cursed in here. There's always something. Gruul is very aggressive with Delirium as its focus. There's some really powerful Delirium cards and some really powerful, just bodies. This is a format where the feeling I get from this format is that your deck needs to be ready for an opponent. And this is like a playtesting, just like a normal playtesting goldfish thing. You need to be ready for your opponent to be Grizzly Bears, the deck.
Yeah, because Manifest is 2/2s for days.
You need to, your deck needs to have some way to profitably get around the pile of 2/2s. Because like a lot of colors really are good at just making pile of 2/2s. Green, blue, green, black. Black also has a lot of these in its sack bits. So like bodies like 3/2 bodies feel a little bit like lessened, especially if you're like a 3-mana 3/2, whereas like a 2/3 can hold a little bit better. Things like that. Power of 3 toughness. Green white is all about has basically all of the survivors, not all, but like has the lion's share of them. We saw the one in our deck that was the Glimmer Liker that drew cards. There's some pretty dang powerful individual ones of these. This deck can snowball pretty quickly. But also, on the same end of that, is one that also can get stuffed if it can't find ways to turn on because the bodies themselves tend to be like fine. And are looking to get the survivors. Black white is specifically playing on reanimation as listed, but because both blue black and blue white are on enchantment likers, black white also has a pretty sizable amount of enchantment likers just hanging out.
Yeah.
But blue red is listed as specifically going on room stuff. I've seen...
Which I think is mainly because I think there's more blue rooms at common and uncommon than any other color.
Yeah, and blue-red have the like dual color ones. There's one at uncommon and one at rare, I think.
Yeah, so I think that's actually mostly where that comes from.
Honestly, the more that I've seen this as Grixis. A lot of that because like, again, blue-black also has a focus on, like, rooms as control pieces.
Yeah.
So like, long-term. And then, obviously, we had, like, the opponent who was, like, room pile. You know?
Mm.
And then, Golgari, you guessed it, they have Delirium.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Delirium was introduced in the first place as the Golgari, like, mechanic of, Shadows of Innistrad. So it's kind of like specifically that.
Yep. And then
it is a graveyard counting mechanic, which is generally speaking always been a Golgari thing.
It's also very like a lot easier in this set. Delirium seems so easy to get off with Manifest Dread as a mechanic around.
Manifest Dread and the fact that there are large numbers of enchantment creatures and even an enchantment land.
And artifact creatures like across bits too. Like that's not without...
Specifically in black-green as well, because that's where the scarecrows are.
Yep. Yeah, so they have scarecrows, and then red-white has, like, little toys, and those are also artifacts, so, like, they can get it easily for some of their effects.
So mad that it's a 2 or less power theme in red-white. How dare you?
The uncommon they have is so powerful.
Yeah,
and then...
I can't keep...
Blue-green is Manifest Dread, and they're quite good at that.
Oh, yeah. They sure are. There are, I mean, when the card that is also the rules text of the card is the name of the card and it's in green.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty good at that. It just has that on a lot of things there. I'm going to play the Manifest Dread color combo to play the card Manifest Dread so I can Manifest Dread.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's jump in on draft 2. Now that we know what the intended game plans are, and then also what the Azorius game plan is, which is just I have all the gremlins.
We now strongly know what the Azorius game plan is. We've done it twice.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Again, I said before I really would like to do. Oh, okay.
Well, hold on.
So this is a kind of wild go wide card. Dollmaker's Shop is
sure is.
A free 1/1 whenever you attack with anything that isn't a little toy. And then on the second side, late game, all your creatures are power toughness equal to creatures you control. The other cards in here, we also have some like Nowhere to Run is a very incredibly powerful removal spell. It bypasses hexproof.
Yep, which is wild.
Yeah, it has to be worded in this way so that it removes it before targeting happens, which is why like it has to enter and then target because hexproof's off by the time it's in.
Yeah, specifically the way that it works is an enter the battlefield effect happens when it is on the field specifically, and by the time it's on the field specifically, the state check of like this card is the second lines of text on this are already there.
Yeah. This is a card that's pretty nice for like the. Oh.
Okay. Here's the thing. I know you wanted to go, white black, but you have an extremely powerful set of two like rares and ups for red white.
The Jolly Balloon Man is here though.
Yeah, I think you gotta do it.
I think we gotta go for it. I think we gotta make this happen. So the Jolly Balloon Man here, as far as cards you might be familiar with, has stylings of Kiki Jiki. 1 tap, make a token of a copy of a token that's a 1/1 balloon with flying haste, then it dies at end step. The balloons, as you can see on the art, are
human faces.
We got them balloons. But just like the ability to like copy things, make free bodies that like with come-in effects or bits like that. This is a powerful 1/2 I'm pretty happy with. Patched Plaything. Interesting.
Oh, weird.
So this one is an incredibly cool card.
This has a couple of things going on here. This is the first time I think in the history of the game where they have printed in a single non-modern masters or similar kind of set where -1/-1 counters and +1/+1 counters exist in the same set.
Yeah, Murders had a single card with Wither at Mythic.
Yeah.
This is a card at Uncommon. This is also the only card with the -1 in it as well. The idea with this card is that it plays with the 2 power or less theming because it's 2 power on play, but also manifesting this is ridiculous. Reanimating this with the reanimate of 3 or less is ridiculous. A lot of plays like that work out really well. Defiled Crypt is another one I like. This has a Raised Dead with a pretty powerful left side to go with your Raised Dead. But like we know what we're about.
The thing is that you keep on getting cards that work quite well with your your current focus of Boros, so you don't need to shift focus yet.
Yep. I like this card. It played well last time. 1 mana counter removal that isn't named Nowhere to Run is nice. The other cards in here in our colors aren't terribly interesting for us. This thing's fine. Diversion Specialist is like big, and this is like it's the cycler.
I mean, Diversion Specialist does have the advantage of it works with your Dollmaker Shop.
It does,
but.
Ooh, okay. So, Unwanted Remake this is not as powerful as I'd like in the format, because a lot of things are like 2/2s, but it's still 1 mana like removal. Piggy Bank, though, this is just aggro. This is like 3 power.
For two with a decent upside when it dies.
Now, one thing I'm seeing with this deck, and it's something that is going to come up in at least like 2 of our games, just looking at our cards. Dollmaker's Shop, whenever 1 or more non-toy creatures.
And this is a toy.
Toy. Yeah. We're gonna run into some synergistic plays like that, we just have to accept that that's like how this will work. That is just ramp with the balloon, man, though, with the piggy bank and the balloon. That makes you treasures. Razorkin Horde Caller gives us some bodies on the and also doesn't have to be the one attacking. This is also something that Human Clown Berserker.
Powerful type line.
Also, I'd like to just give a good
As
shout
always.
out to every time I see this crab, I gotta say hello. The crab is here to say hello to you, so you should, you know. Also, fierce
Fun
surveillance would be fine.
They deliberately cut down on the number of Razorkin and whatnot in this set. Because they were concerned that actually that the set would be too spooky with too many clowns.
We got the hands.
I think coulrophobia is pretty overstated as a thing. I think a lot of people who say that they have it don't actually.
I think there's a lot of there are a lot of specific cards that hit different beats. I think it's better to if they're gonna try that, spread a wider net. Hello. I don't. So Fear Burning Alive here is 4 damage to your opponent in Delirium. Hit that 4 to a creature on the like in play as well. Alternately, we just have Pile of Twins, and I like Clockwork Percussionist a lot. Obviously, Toy is anti-synergy,
but it is a good 1-drop in red.
This is like
the thing is that that's a really good piece of top end, but it'd also be like the only one you take.
I'm fine with that. If this is our top end piece, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
because of the Lava Axe. I've talked about in the past having a dragon. I define that as a piece of burn that can go over the top, and by that I mean a friend of mine 15 years ago. But having one of those in your deck, the ability to like, you know, Hadouken your opponent out when they don't think you should be able to, is a very useful thing.
And specifically if it's like 4 damage or more.
Yeah,
that's preferable because
does this yes, this will copy with the balloon as well. It'll hit, like if we copy it with the balloon, it hits for 4 and we can do that every turn. So
yep.
Manifest on one side, really expensive double strike on the other. Sure, I'll pick this to cut the color more than anything. Let's make sure that the color is ours, right? So white is the color that kind of dried, but red looks really sweet. Hi.
Oh, God. Okay.
Well,
so this is the thing that we would have loved to see if we actually had stuck with like the approach of going for black-white, because Valgavoth has nothing preventing him from being reanimated.
Yeah, this is the reanimation target of all reanimation targets in the set. I'm going to be picking Sheltered by Ghosts as an incredibly powerful card. But I'm going to just say hi to Valgavoth. Valgavoth,
the person playing black to your right is going to be like, holy shit, really? Thank you.
Yeah, they're going to know what I'm not in. They're going to know that they picked their color correctly, right? Like,
yes.
They're going to feel that. But yeah, Valgavoth, Flying Lifelink, Ward, sack 3 non-land permanents.
Yeah, killing Valgavoth is so painful.
Yeah. But yeah, Sheltered by Ghosts, the thing about Sheltered by Ghosts is that, oh my god.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? You also chose correct.
Yeah! Yeah! I'm sorry. It sucks because, like...
Give it up for the clowns!
We got 2 of them. Stronger than me pass. I mean, like, I gotta do it. I'm sad to pass the piggy bank. I'm actually even sadder to pass Scorching Dragonfire, but I am going to do both of those things.
It is an unbelievably weirdly out of place card, like thematically, with Scorching Dragonfire is.
So,
I mean, I know why it's there, but
yeah, that it operates as a, like, for gameplay, it's strong because exile removal makes a lot of sense in this set.
Of course, yeah.
But
no, it's good for gameplay.
This is a story spotlight card specifically because they want to keep having one dragon call out card for a Khan's return. And ooh, happy to see you. Splitskin Doll, really nice for like this deck in general because it is if you have any other body.
I I just realized this is white looting.
Yeah, so
that doesn't happen.
New Capenna had a good amount of that with Connive.
Right. Yes, because Connive
but
causes that.
I'll be real. That's the only other place you're gonna see that.
Yeah.
This is a very good thing for Balloon Man to copy. But yeah, white looting in here also. As we talked about, white black is the reanimation deck, and
Right.
this is a
You
way.
draw your reanimation target. That's the worst thing that can happen to you in a reanimation deck.
Yeah, you don't want to. This letting you get Valgavoth in the grave. Oh, thank God.
Woo, nice.
Here's,
Also, Terramorphic Expanse in here, so there's actually 2 pieces of fixing here.
I'd like to note that we passed Valgavoth, we passed a reanimation spell, and now we have passed Rite of the Moth. The person to our right of us is going to have. I'm happy for them. They're going to have an excellent draft.
Yeah. The good news is because you're not actually in an 8-person pod, you don't.
Yeah, I don't gotta fight you. Have fun. You go have fun over there. I get to have fun with the Jolly Balloon Man.
And I get to have fun with 2 Jolly Balloon Men.
Look,
I feel good about
we're
that.
We're both very happy about this. Ragged Playmate is like, this is not the 2 I want, because I want less toys to make sure that our card functions. Scorching Dragonfire looking good. What does Infernal Phantom do? Eerie, +2 power. When it dies. Oh!
That's actually very strong. It does cost 4, though.
It does cost 4, but like, on base, this is on Death Shock.
Yeah, and if you do have, in fact, Eerie go off regularly, this is...
Yeah, we don't have
basically an unblockable 4/3. Or a trumped 4/3.
Yeah.
Or anything else.
We don't have a ton of things for it.
And Scorching Dragonfire basically functions the same exact way, so...
This is... I'm going to pick the small removal spell rather than this, but I feel like that could easily be a different... Oh, yeah, here we go.
Now we're talking. All right.
Mayhem. Yeah, red, white, Eerie. The thing that works with that would be like, imagine that that card we just that devil with the room that makes a 1/1 enchantment token. That's 2 triggers. All of a sudden, that 2 triggers is 6 power. You're attacking and you can't kill it. Anyway, gremlins you control have menace, lifelink, haste.
Does Vile Mutilator do?
Vile Mutilator, you have to sack a creature enchantment to play, and it edicts both an enchantment and a creature.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow, the Reanimator deck is gonna have a field day on the right. I'm happy. I'm so psyched for that player.
Another Scorching Dragonfire, beautiful.
Yeah, so because what we're seeing here, the cool thing we're seeing here, they're wide
player
open.
To left is
we're wide open. So
yeah, player to left is passing red back to you. Player to your right knows that you cut red already and will be and likely will not take it. So red should be completely open for you.
Yeah, red looks like ours. Unfortunately, the keyhole turned out to be located in an even larger, scarier clown mouth.
That is interesting.
I almost wonder if I want one of these. I'm gonna take the Terramorphic, but... Ooh!
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Red is completely wide open.
Yeah.
No one's taking
So,
that.
like, we're not gonna be able to make this super reliable. We have a couple. Obviously, we have Ticket Booth, Dolls. We have a couple enchantment creatures hanging around. We can make copies of enchantment creatures. But, like, I think even off-rate, this card is, like, looking fine. Let's take the keys. We're not doing... I don't even think we're playing it because we don't need that non-land.
Hey, Grab the Prize came back if you wanted to check it, but also Possessed Goat is around.
Yeah, Goat here is pretty nice. This can be a pretty... this is also a good discard effect for the reanimation deck. I'm gonna take one of it. I'd like a Goat.
Having a couple of 1-drops is not a bad idea.
Alright. Back 3. Enduring Vitality. Let's say... this is a cool one.
Powerful Enduring card.
This is a cool one also with Survivors.
Yep.
Just is a good body as well.
Yeah, importantly, this only costs 3, which is a big part of why it's pretty reasonably powerful.
So Optimistic Scavenger we had in our last draft, it was really powerful there. I don't think we have the body, the enchantment count to make this as good here.
I
it's
don't
still,
think so.
I'm still,
You also have a third Dragonfire.
I also still might pick it because the curve of it in a doll shop is like end of the game level play, but Violent Urge is actually the card I'm after here. This trick is deadly. +1/+0 first strike, Delirium, double strike.
Yep, nice.
And that's a trick that can win a fight low and kill high. So I'm happy with both sides. Okay, here we've got...
Doll 2 is pretty solid.
Yeah, Split Skin Doll, Piggy Bank, Cheerleader is also like this is a fine, aggressive creature, because if you get through once, it flies. I'm more interested in some of the more supporting cards. Am I interested in Piggy Bank or Doll is, I guess, yeah, they're both toys.
Doll digs you deeper into your deck.
Piggy Bank, like, it just is the bigger... I'm gonna go with Doll. And also the Wicker Bower there was also... Ooh, Ethereal Armor.
Ethereal? Is that a reprint?
That is a reprint from Return to Ravnica.
Oh, interesting.
Also, it might be like its first or second reprint. Like...
The card I recognized the name of.
Yeah. We got that. We got Jump Scare. Boo. I don't really care about our other bits. Piggy Bank is a 3/2. I'm gonna go with Jump Scare instead over Ethereal Armor. Oh boy.
Leyline of Resonance.
So this is a card that's having some, like, you know, YouTube combo turn 2 kills.
Of course, yeah. The Twitter clips of Magic, got it.
But that also means it's a house in best of 1.
Yes.
You get this down if you target a single...
I actually will point out, this is an enchantment as well, which is actually kind of relevant, and you do have the Dragonfires.
It's you control. This is for your pump spells, not your burn spells.
Ah, so this would be more for, like, Violent Urge.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Cheerleader. Violent Urge. Ooh. Irreverent Gremlin, really good. Exercise. Answer everything.
Artifact enchantment, a creature with power 4 or greater. The naturalize looks like a pile of junk kind of effect.
Yeah, sorcery speed, obviously, with all that. Care about that more than the Irreverent Gremlin. Kinda like this.
Reverend Gremlin works with your Jolly Balloon Men.
Does. This is just like some... You know, no, I'm gonna try and get the aggressive gameplay.
Plasm,
yeah.
Huh?
I've been got by this. This thing's real in the format. Again, a lot of Manifest Dread around, so... Bottomless. Pool's really good. It's an unsummon with
Sure you want to Skinamarink your deck?
Mahua's phone. Squeaky?
Hardened Expert?
Yeah, Hardened Expert, 2 power, also really nice effect.
Really tough, too. 2/4 is actually pretty tough for, like, in general.
Okay, I'm happy to actually get one copy of this. Turn Inside Out lets you, like, trade up wildly. This, I think, tells me that the Reanimator player has enough targets, thank you. I'm good. Which, you know what? Fair enough. We passed, like, 2 of those, and Velgavoth, and they're fine. We're fine. It's fine. There is no player at the table in Simic. I can tell you that because I'm convinced this is the best uncommon in the set. Just power level wise in a vacuum.
At the end of your turn, every single turn, pretty good.
Yeah, loot as its failure state.
Yeah.
We don't have any.
You have no black. There's no reason to pick that land. Oh, hey, that goblin. Sack land, draw a card. All right.
We don't. I guess if we're... Okay, maybe that player might not have.
Maybe that player. Actually, you know what? What's the chances that that player actually shifted just to mono black?
Yeah, and here's the
Like, that
here's the
player definitely
confirmation, by the way.
Yeah.
They're
Last pick, left side check. No one's playing Simic.
no one's in Simic. Sorry. That's the thing that happens. So you know, like it may like you can see that card and be like, wow, no one's in Simic. That's wild. There are 8 players at the table and 10 color combinations, and you kind of usually end up in a 2-color plus situation. So sometimes just nobody's in bats, you know.
Yep,
because you know there are too many more things that you would be playing. All right, let's just go ahead and this, and then like Hand that Feeds Gremlin, Scorching Dragonfire, Phantom, Burning Alive, Balloons, Mayhem, and then we've got like 2 more slots. These 2. What's our creature count? 15 and 9. I might want like something like the bedhead. This beast, this is a very silly. Herd monsters are supposed to hide under beds, and it did its best. You can see the little bed. Oh, Braziken, hi. Sorry. This is absolutely in the deck. What are you doing? Okay. 42. What's our 25th and 24th cards in here? Let's take a look at this way. So, I think all of our top end is kind of beyond reproach here, especially as Dollmaker Shop is low and high. This is our go over the top, and damn, our Delirium 0 of 4 right now. Damn, our graveyard is empty.
That's a shame.
Damn.
Horde Caller is a hasty threat at 5, which isn't bad, and also it does have.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's not the one I was thinking of. No, but it's still good because it creates the creatures and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, like free bodies, and like 4/4 haste body is pretty sizable.
Whenever you attack.
Yeah, whenever you attack, this does not have to be in combat. That's the same line we have on like, so Dollmaker Shop, or not Dollmaker, I don't think we have the other one. There's another, there's a couple other cards that have like when you attack rather than like whenever it attacks, which makes the card a lot stronger.
It also, I think they'd used to template this as whenever you attack with like, you know, 1 or more creatures or whatever. But I guess I figure like that's not actually necessary, so it's just whenever you attack now.
Yeah, like. Yeah, the 2/5 Lion, that's the one I'm thinking of. I think Phone is the worst creature, I agree. This is the worst creature. I think we have enough other dolls and things that we can get rid of it. The MVP, yeah, the MVP also does that. Okay, here's a question. Can we get away with 16 in this deck, then? Yeah,
with 3 at 4, 1 at 5, and 1 at 6 functionally.
Yeah,
that means that you have only 5 cards total in your entire deck that are above 3.
Yeah.
I think you can get away with 16 pretty easily here.
Yeah, just like cut out a planes, keep it even split.
Yeah, keep it even down. Because you have well, your top end is all red. That's like your bottom end is it's actually pretty solidly split down the middle, but I think it's very slightly.
Yeah, I think white.
Tilted towards white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very slightly tilted towards white is your bottom.
All right.
So yeah, 7/7 with both of those is perfect.
Okay. Well,
I guess the one question I have actually is. No, it's probably fine. I was actually going to think like. Is Terramorphic Expanse slightly too slow? In that it can enter the battlefield tapped, whereas the Carnival might not? But that's probably too asking to lose to color.
With a card on double white and double red,
Yeah.
Like, that's enough to want me to keep that in.
Yeah.
I do see what you mean, especially, like, you know...
It's like, this is actually more in the weeds of color concerns than we typically ever get. Of like,
Yep.
you know, it might actually be more important to have a non-tapped land every single turn than to make sure that you have, you know, the versatility sometimes. But yeah, I think you're right.
In honor of the
gonna use
Balloon
Russian.
Man, I'm gonna play Balloon CD for the rest of the stream. There you go. Sure. We're on the draw that makes this fine. Just we get to, like, piggy bank, and if piggy bank trades, we get that treasure. Oh. They'll have news. We're not playing a creature on 2. Sorry. Mana accelerants that are also, like, these strong just don't get to stick around. Okay. Harden Escort. Ooh. Oh, hey, oh God. Oh no. Okay. This is indeed a problem. We can't Scorching Dragon fire that problem away. Let's try and draw out of this. What are our deck's answers to that? Killing the enchantments to try to make those weaker? Don't you... Okay, top... I do not want to draw that again. We'll bottom that. So that's their turn. The first strike trick? Take 5 again. Okay. So I want them to double, to like full block here. That's why I'm making that attack. Because the hope is that they would like block with those 1/1s over there. We need to get them into combat somehow. Yeah, Sheltered is our out on this. We'll get Rotunda. Okay. Yep, that's another enchantment. Help. Alright. Okay. Horde Caller is sort of an answer to this. In that Horde Caller makes a 1/1 every turn. So that's our chump blocker for days. Okay, that's our game. That's our plan. We Horde Caller and chump blockers for days on this 7/7. We have evasive creatures to stick around. Opponent has 2 cards left in hand. They've been missing. They missed a land drop. Okay, they can put up 1. Okay, look, I get it. Yes. Killing us. Uh-huh. Uh, so the other side of that room is pick up from grave. They don't have anything to pick up. They can make a 1/1 enchantment, which, you know, that lets that 10/10 be lethal if they got it through. That won't happen, but, you know. Yep, take one. You have a post-combat? What do we got? Alright. This set does have unblockable draw a card in it, but that card, for the most part, is, like, really low on, like, playability, so I'm not super concerned about it. And also, I have no ways of playing around it. It's like, yeah. I will die to that. I'm trying to keep some aggression on them because I might be able to just kill them with the Fear of Burning Line and the Horde Caller. That ain't happening. Sorry, buddy. Alright. We're sticking around. We're trying. We're doing what we can. Okay.
I returned. How is the draft been going already?
So our opponent,
I see a 10-10.
we're trying not to die. It's medium successful. Here's the part where this Horde Caller is really good for us. Thinking about how this turn needs to resolve. If I attack with the Horde Caller, we don't know. I think this just needs to be Friendly Ghost 10.
The Horde Caller, the gremlin that comes in, is attacking as well?
No.
So that can be a chump blocker.
Yes. So, and now they're in top deck mode and on 8.
Yeah, they have an eternally getting larger creature, but
They just... Are they dying?
they have to have a trick. Right?
No, they're empty-handed.
No, they don't.
They're empty-handed. Land kills
Interesting.
them. I am... If I can escape this game, I will feel so good.
Love to steal the game.
So, like, they can...
Okay, you said it. You said it. You said it, and I even brought it up. Land kills them. It's true.
It's true.
Next turn.
It's true. Anyway, we're just gonna do this too, then.
Like, you could have forced them to chump block. They would have gone to 1,
But they have a thing that revives a guy in grave.
Yeah.
Or, like, right there. So, they can... Okay?
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Lance, I mean, the thing is that they are still dead next turn, based off what we have. Because you can just swing them with the Friendly Ghost, and then if you're burning alive, it doesn't matter what they have on the ground.
Yep. Land...
Okay, but why swing it with the 3/3? Oh, because okay, yes. They wanted to diversify their threats a little bit. The only thing you have to block is the 10-10. You can take 4.
Yeah.
Just don't forget to crack the expanse.
Let's just do that now, then. Shall we? They're dead on board.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't want to kill this is so they can't make an untapped blocker. Burn, baby, burn! We got there!
Gotta love stealing a game.
That felt like,
does defeat.
so I feel so good about that, because that was a game that, like, the moment they took that turn where they played out that, like, you could feel, it's like, okay, that put me into, like, the, like, all right, lean forward, we gotta, like immediately lock in on the game, like.
That's good games of Magic right there. That's what that is.
That's Magic. Opponent had the Abyss from, like, turn 4, and that wasn't good
against
enough.
a Boros stack, and like normally those run out of gas against something like that.
So I huge shout outs to Free Gremlin.
Yep.
just incredible shout outs to Free Gremlin every turn that isn't attacking. You're the best buddy I could ever ask for. Killer.
Blitzkin Doll is here to make this hand really good, actually.
Killer.
You can even Killer first and then Doll, and then, like, you know, possibly draw your, Norin! Hey! What's up, buddy?
So...
That's Mr. the Wary himself!
Norin. So, Norin here, can't block, coward.
Yep.
Whenever any creature becomes blocked, you control. You can exile it, and then you can play it this turn.
Yeah.
So, as per usual, hard to kill Norin in combat. This Norin
he only costs 1, so he's getting to come back down every time.
Yeah. I will take 2. But this Norin can attack.
Yep.
Oh boy, we are,
It's the mirror match. You want a pre-combat doll, I suppose. Okay. All right, they were.
All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I wanted to hold these tricks up. Squeaky.
There you go. Okay.
All right, and everything plays out just fine. Cowards cannot block warriors. Love this doll. Oh. Yeah, we don't have any glimmers around, but...
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So that's just first strike right now, and +1/+1.
I'm...
Are we gonna trade trick for trick here, or?
I'm gonna go ahead
Okay, that's fair.
I'm gonna go ahead and just... This is Norin hides. And they're gonna... we're gonna take 3. Norin gets a recast, which, you know, that's good for Norin. We're stealing damage because of first strike. But the thing is, that hand that feeds is just 3/3.
Yep.
And it's a 2-for-1.
Scorch Dragonfire.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I will take my 2-for-1. Thank you very much.
Even have then Violent Urge back up afterwards. Not important to do over killing that right now, I think.
Keeping the Shard Mage's rescue up instead.
For counter spell for their own Scorcher Dragonfire, basically.
Basically.
Because no one can't block, so no problem.
Yeah, there's no combat that's happening this turn. Norin can't block, and if we blocked Norin just walks away. So, Jolly Balloon Man is a card I want to play on 4. I want to make copies of the doll pretty badly.
Yeah. Just draw cards forever. That's really good.
Want to make copies of that doll. Fear being... Ooh, that's a powerful one. That's a 4/2 haste.
Must be blocked.
Must be blocked.
Yeah.
So that's 6 coming in.
It's easy to block, technically, but...
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
So I can't leave up Shard Mage here. I'm gonna full pass. We're gonna just take a breather here. We're the control player because we're the one with the balloon draw. So we should...
So you're gonna Violent Urge, First Strike, kill the hunted, or...
Or that, or, like, trade the cheerleader and, like, make a doll end step so it can attack. Or use Violent Urge to, like, get them out of combat if things go wrong.
Right.
And this is where... Oh, that is sorcery speed to balloon. Good to know. This makes the Violent Urge part of this feel a lot better, because I'm fine with, like, trading the fear of being
Most
hunted.
Valuable Slayer gives plus power and
First strike. Yes.
But you're already getting First Strike as well, so you'd be turning it into a trade.
Yeah. So... So we're gonna do this. The doll is not blocking because I want the doll to be alive. Norrin leaves.
Chloe, you typed in 500 spaces into my chat bar.
Oh?
Letting Norrin the Wary die. You can just Violent Urge to beat that.
Yeah.
But they would then have the opportunity to...
That leaves the
Do they
fear.
have the opportunity to block with the...
This is awkward for us because it means that the fear being hunted has First Strike right now. And our only answer to that at the moment is... I think we do this. I think we...
The thing is, though, is that you can make chump blockers.
But these die end step, but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they get another manifest off this. It's a little awkward, the position we're in here. But we're going to be drawing to a turn, and hopefully that's enough to, like, turn this back into our favor. Okay, like to have that. Let's go ahead and check in. Squeaky. Love to see that.
That's a 3/3.
A 4/4 even on the...
Oh, 4/4. Okay.
Yeah. But more importantly, Goat and the feeds. Now we have enough bodies just around that, like, we're okay for, like this is enough bodies to stick around.
Mm-hmm.
2 cards left in our opponent's hand. Okay, that's fine. Because we have the Shard Mage's Rescue.
Counter.
Love it. Oh. Sure, Abyss. Right. Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay. Where do we want that? I think first things first is just check the card off the top.
Mm-hmm.
Squeaky.
Nice.
Okay.
You can play both.
Yeah, sadly this is a toy. Balloon doesn't overwrite. But I think I'm just gonna put it on, like, on the doll. Now, the question is if I want to get rid of Most Valuable Slayer or if I want to get rid of Fear of Being Hunted. Actually, might be
Most
Slay.
Valuable Slayer as a 3/4 attacking first striker is still a pain in the ass unless it's another. Is the effect of another?
Yeah. No, this is...
No. So that would still be a pain to deal with. You can swing him with the hand as well, right? And
No,
then-
that'll
or
force
are
the...
you gonna-
No, because that'll force the split skin doll into combat. I don't want to force the doll into combat. Because that fear of being hunted has must be blocked.
Gotcha.
So, like if they
The
attack...
hand is there to
Yes.
kill the fear of being hunted right now.
Correct. This might have been better just on Jolly Balloon Man now that I'm thinking about it, because Jolly Balloon Man's harder to, like, answer. They can't kill it with a Glassworks, for instance. Yeah. The problem is, like, if they have a kill spell and, like, that's all in. Like, if Jolly Balloon Man dies, we're pretty out. Whereas, like, if the doll dies... Oof. That's not great. Okay. Yeah, I think that was a mistake of a line, but we should be okay with it. It's a little awkward, but I think we're still fine. Because, like, if I did that on the fear of being... If I did that on the Jolly Doll, they still would have answered the, They would have just exercised the enchantment, and so we would have been left with just the,
You would have been left with the doll still.
The doll still,
basically.
yeah. So they're going to open the room,
yeah.
and that puts the other unlock cost is 6, which means we do this. So we get to...
These both become, yeah. That's a 4/4. That's a 3/3 and a 3/3.
Yep.
And that creates another one.
And that's a 4/4. So now we have some threats. Opponent's drawing land, that's great. They should think about all-outing here. I would have... Oh, hold on.
You're thinking about double blocking?
Won't work. Won't work. Our bodies go from 3/3 to 2/2, and we'll lose both. These
Right, yep.
These bodies are lying to us about what their actual texts are. So... Okay. Problem now is that they're wide enough to just kill us on the... Oof. That's not great.
Yeah, drawing the additional. Hey, even in 16 land decks, it
know.
happens.
We have to attack with that,
One
because,
more.
you know...
Yeah.
We're not dead. No, we are dead. No, we're not dead. No, we are dead. Yeah, let's hold on. If they all out us... Yeah, we're dead.
Okay.
Because, like, here's the line. We take 4, go to 1. They have that room over there that hits us for a point.
Yep.
So it's just
Still
enough.
really close. That came down
Yeah.
to the fact that you drew a land.
No, that came down to my misplay. One more body on the board changes the outcome of this game.
Also fair.
The putting the I should have put that on the our clown, our Jolly Balloon Man, because the Jolly Balloon Man is like basically the thought process there is that if the Jolly Balloon Man dies, we're already out. So I might as well go all in on the Jolly Balloon Man.
And technically, because it would become a 3/4 in that situation, it also was not more vulnerable to removal.
So.
At 3.
Yeah, the fact that we couldn't keep that 4/2 off the board was just because it just that one is a forced abyss, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. I don't like the 6 in this hand, but I like Possessed Goat into Dollmaker Shop.
Yeah. And Violent Urge is back up even, so.
Yep. Because this is a non-toy, so.
Yeah, it's just a goat.
It's
and
just
then it can become a demon, but it's just a goat.
Just a goat.
And he even drew another land. Nice.
Good.
The Jolly Balloon Man is active as well.
Yes. It is just already a 6-card hand, but it's a 6-card hand I like. Okay, that's funny.
I mean, the thing is, that's still useful even though you can only play the one, because, I mean, he's going to likely bait removal, right?
Right.
So,
it is a card that is absolutely going to be like the magnet.
it's an ass kicker, so. Although, funnily enough, right now, you're going to be copying goats, I guess.
Yeah, which is fine. We get more bodies. Might just be attacking.
Might just be attacking, yeah, because. Depends on what they have, because, I mean.
Son of a bitch!
This motherfucker.
This asshole.
At least you get to continue to create jump blockers.
The abyss is back. Oh, okay. Alright. The goat has 3 discard, 3 1/1 counters, becomes a black demon.
Unfortunately, a 4/4 still dies to a 4/2.
Okay.
You're gonna leave up Violent Urge?
Yes.
As a okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Smart.
our line.
They're gonna play their own in response, but that's not, or something like it. But it's not going to work because first strike v first strike still kills.
Yeah. Look, we just need it off the table, and the thing with the goat is that, like, using the goat by discarding one of our secondary balloonmen wouldn't be awful if we needed to in combat or something like that.
Yeah.
Whenever Nemesis is dealt damage, it deals... Oh, that thing has crash back damage. Ugh. Our
If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game.
That's correct. Yeah.
The thing about that is that you can kill the Screaming Nemesis by virtue of just making a 4/4. It will kill the goat, but, you know.
Yeah, this is a combination of some existing pieces, like a Boros Reckoner style effect, and also the Wither card from Shadowmoor, Stigma Lasher. But it's way better on rate than Stigma Lasher. Yeah. Not really better on rate than the other one, but because Boros Reckoner is a wild card.
Boros Reckoner was like, are you guys really sure that you're willing to print a functionally mono red card that strong? Wow.
Stigma Lasher. It was a 2-mana 2/2 from Shadowmoor block that had Wither, and I'm pretty sure it had Wither. And when this deals combat damage to a player, that player can't gain life for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm. Are you just gonna swing in through? Because, like, yeah, you're just match damage for damage there, and just you don't have to block it this turn, so.
We don't have to block it at all.
Could just leave it as just, yeah, that's a lightning bolt every turn. It doesn't do much.
But, yeah, that does very little, in fact. I'm able to replay that in the cheerleader. Sure, no blocks. I'm very happy to see 5th land.
Yeah, I mean, even 6th land would actually be really nice.
Yeah, because if we can start copying... Well, for one, Dollmaker's shop with this many bodies in play?
Yeah, beautiful. And also you have 4 damage of reach over their head, so...
Because, like, the moment I activate this, look at how many bodies I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. I think they die the moment that opens.
I guess the thing is, though, is, like, it's an enchantment and it's red and blue. Like, what are they going to do about it, right?
This. Right? Like, that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
These are the 2 colors that can't destroy or mess with enchantments, really, so...
They have some problems with this card, and we have 6 bodies right now, like... You know what that thing can still do?
It still make eyes.
Attack and
lose all its abilities.
attack and... Oh my god.
Oh. Oh, that's also really good. You can also just play the 2nd Balloon Man and just replace it if you have to.
That's not bad either. We can still gain life right now. we're not...
True.
Thinking about this turn and attacking.
Yeah, the thing is, because they correctly realize they're not winning this race off of Screaming Nemesis, that they've stopped attacking with it.
Yep.
It's a dangerous block, actually. I'm surprised they did that block, even though they still have a single white backup.
So we still gain that life. There's a 2-shot here. They can use it to either kill the copy balloon, the fake balloon man, or just now our life. Now we have no life gain, but also I'm pretty sure like we had the only thing
that was
we had
their
left.
only life gain in the entire deck.
Yeah, we had one other life gain piece, and it was and it's sheltered.
Right.
That hands off lifelink. Current problem for them. Don't say it. Don't say it. Any land.
Blast him or die.
Any land off the top. That's right. Any land in the deck. Any land. If there's a land
if they
we
did
can
play
draw.
Pyroclasm, it'd be really good.
Okay.
Like, you do currently have, like, the most clasmable board I've ever seen in my life.
Let's,
I mean, how many blockers do they have? Like...
currently they have, 2 blockers to 1 million attackers, so... Choose the legendary permanent you wish to keep. It's you. Yeah, here's the thing.
You could just go wide.
Like,
go around their board. Like, keep on swinging.
Yeah, come on in. Water's fine.
Like, sure, you get to ping one every turn, but what's that gonna do?
So you ping the untapped one. Can you kill me? Right? Like, that's the question.
Yeah. Like, they're dead on board now. Like,
Yeah.
they don't have anything to do. They're dead to, even if they class in this board, if you draw a land, they're dead.
Yeah.
If you... Like, there's a lot of ways they're just dead here.
Yeah, they have some problems being at 3. I really love, okay. We're putting the Jolly Balloon Man in the meat locker.
Also, they didn't kill the untapped one. They had no plans of killing you this turn.
Yeah. Any land! That's right, any land does it!
Take this turn
You
more
got it,
expanse
any
out of your
land!
deck.
Any land
I
can
was
do
right.
it. We won anyway.
I was right.
We've done it twice and it did multiple times.
I know, but still.
You're not wrong. The best part I'd like to note in that position.
You don't actually have to take it out. It's just...
I'm not going to. But the other duel comes in untapped if anyone's at 13 or less. So
yeah, so that was completely fine. It would have been untapped. Yeah.
That's right. Any land can do it.
I mean, you expect Boros games to be close on life total.
Yeah. We're having a good time with this deck. Ooh, I'm loving this one. Like the Balloon Man turns things funky and it makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Baneslayer.
So far, I'm going to be honest, I have liked basically every deck that I've seen, both yours and your opponents in Duskmourn.
Yeah.
It seems to be like a standout good draft format right now.
So, Fear of Being Hunted, I think, is the card that I'm most afraid of. That card is the biggest ass kicker in the world.
Yeah. I mean, you beat it once, and it killed you the other time. So, like, you got a 50-50 rate on it. That's a 5-5 matchup, right? That's not...
Normally...
They mold to 6.
Ooh.
Beautiful. I mean, look at this hand, although, actually, like... Dragonfire, Dollmaker, Shop.
Yeah.
That's dying to Dragonfire.
Yeah, I'm willing to just...
You cannot... You played enough with that card.
I've played enough with that card, I know exactly. Well, the other thing, too, is that it makes this evasive now. All I have to do that... Now I don't have to do that to get this into combat next turn. This will get into combat now.
So, like, that did have double... Nice! It forced them to discard.
And also maybe force them to do that for land 3.
Yeah.
Oh, Fear of Abduction. Okay.
That's understandable to discard.
Okay, so our play here...
perfect hands.
We get Doll and Dollmaker Shop.
Mm-hmm.
Doll gets a card. Squeaky. Perfect card
Jolly
forever.
Balloon Man.
Perfect. Thank you, Jolly Balloon Man. You're my biggest... I love you, Jolly Balloon Man. Squeaky.
Your opponent is...
We are having a hell of a...
You are tempoing them out so hard.
This is the play-draw difference.
Yeah, if they were on the play, they actually would be,
We wouldn't have... Like, we'd be in the same position because I would have just fired the guy, but I wouldn't have had an attacker. And not having this attacker makes this so much worse, and then, you know, the
doll also would not have drawn the card. It would not have, like...
Yes.
The amount of things that would be different about this it's not insignificant. I mean, here comes the doll, however, and you're going to continue to draw.
Squeaky. Hey, buddy.
Jolly Balloon Man too. Makes sense.
the noise on that. Thanks, Jolly Balloon Man. So, removal spell. Uh-huh. Damn. Oh, no.
Dang, I wonder what's gonna...
Frick. Heck.
I wonder how you're gonna survive.
We've been hit. Owned. Destroyed. Anyway,
Hi, my name is the Jolly Balloon Man. I was just came
Jolly
here.
Balloon Man 2.
Never met me before.
The sequel to Jolly Balloon Man.
I earnestly would probably concede upon seeing second Balloon Man. I'm not saying that they should. Yeah. That's just what my tendency would be.
I am also the Jolly Balloon Man.
This room does the draw 3, discard 1, right?
Yeah, that's their room. They're going to tap out for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're just going to play another copy of... No, my Jolly Balloon Man is going into the meat locker to find more balloons.
Opponent, he does have haste. That's not into hand. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is the meat locker.
Sorry, that.
Yeah. Damn. Bad news for our opponent. Guess what we're attacking with next turn? I'll take 2, thanks. So check this out. You remember our doll?
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know how many creatures we get to have? Hold on.
That's gonna be 3 5/5s.
Yeah, let's kill them. Let's kill.
Yeah,
let's kill them. Like, we don't need to mess around. Let's kill them. Good old Sean Plod. Like, just go fucking kill them. Just go fucking kill them.
Just do it.
Yeah, because we make the body, and then that makes everything into 5/5s, and that's like the point of the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, the play draw difference on that game would have been pretty big as far as our aggro is concerned. We still would have had like.
I think you still would have won this, but like it would have been like 2 turns from now, not this turn.
Because we still have doll plus this and like the Scorcher on the Scorcher on Gremlin Tamer, which we needed, seeing all these bits here.
Yeah. There would have been so many 1/1s on the board if you had not done that.
Yeah. And like we have a bunch of 1/1s to counter 1/1s, but like
it's better to not have any 1/1s in the way of your 1/1s to begin with, so you can just kill them with them.
We don't want to be trading those because then our doll shop is opponent didn't play an Abyss. That's true. One of these games we got to get hit by Clasm. So I was doing a draft yesterday where I played turn 2 the lonesome 3/1 that has an
This is
Entomb.
not very good, but it does have all your colors, and
I'm
decent rate at drawing into it being good.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm willing to keep this on like a. It's awkward. Jolly Balloon Man plus Phantasm is. Oh boy, that's not great. That's This is a 3/2 haste with more text. Just
Jesus Christ, this is a 4/3.
Yeah.
With haste and trample.
I kept a slow hand, and our opponent went not gruel.
Then die.
Yes. Okay.
On the other hand, you are going to play a 1/4.
Yeah.
Which, with Violent Urge as backup, could kill that.
Blue.
So long as they don't have.
Uh-oh.
Oh, teamer.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. So.
Oh, that's part of why, I think.
So, Haunted Screen here, which is this TV. I'd like to just, explain the little joke this card has. It's in black and white, and if you pay a little bit of life, you can get the RGB turned on for color.
Yep.
Which I think is incredibly cute.
It's very cute. Yeah.
I do think that they should have been able to beat the person in formatting that said, like, this needs to be in color wheel order or whatnot, that this should have been RGB. But, it's still incredibly cute. Do I want the doll here instead of Balloon Man? No, I think I want Balloon Man.
If you do Balloon Man then doll, then
yeah, that lets me.
It's 2 or less.
Yeah, it's not 2 exactly. It's 2 or less. So
yeah. Oh boy, I
know.
I would be amazed if Balloon Man survives, but hopefully he does.
not willing to go into
They
combat
would
against
kill it.
it.
They'd kill it. They'd
I'm
kill
not
it, for
willing.
sure.
I'm just not willing.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, goodbye. Okay.
How do you deal with that?
Sheltered by ghosts.
Makes sense. Okay.
So we get to go doll. Squeaky. And we get to go sheltered by ghosts. And
You have access to green, but I think that there is some green enchantment removal in the set. I think it's less common than white and black, actually.
a lot of the enchantment removal's sitting at uncommon. There's like a little sapling fungus that does it. There's the card that has Nashi and Tamio on it that does it. There's like a Manifest Dread modal card that is a disenchant. They also could just have a literal piece of removal here.
True, they could just kill the Jolly Balloon Man. True.
If they don't, we're in a really good position because of the power of copy Phantom here.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're wanting to do is go over the top with the Haunted screen.
They want to put down a 7/7.
Yeah.
Oh, you get to actually Phantom and copy Phantom.
Yes, and I like that. I don't actually copying Phantom doesn't do much.
It dies and then kills one.
One damage. It'll damage equal to power.
Right.
Because
Damage equals to power. Okay, it's not literally shock. Correct.
Correct.
Good.
Yeah.
If you had Delirium, then it would, but if you had one more mana, you could Violent Urge the copy.
Yeah. I'm thinking if I want to tap, and I'm actually gonna pass here.
Keep it up as a blocker with Violent Urge.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Because it does have lifelink right now. It's okay.
Yeah, this has lifelink.
Would let them turn that into and still attack. Okay, well no, they just have the
they have the lance. But the ramp they have is pretty powerful, so they can turn on the 7/7 if they want. But I feel like we have enough, like especially with Midnight Mayhem, we're gonna be able to have enough for this.
Yeah.
I would like to not put Jolly Balloon Man in combat if I don't have to, but if they just like make the 7/7 up and come in, like I'll chump that and do some cleanup on the board.
Right.
Vicious Clown, sure. That seems almost...
That's actually not super relevant.
Okay.
Okay.
This card's good. For one, it's looking for spines. Hello? I'd like a spine, please.
Mm-hmm.
If you could show me the closest spine. Okay.
That sounds like someone's been playing too much Deadlock, Present Dark.
So what we're going to do here, we're going to make a copy of the Phantom. We're going to friendly ghost the Phantom. And then we're going to attack. And then end step, this dies and we can shoot...
It's most mana efficient to do it on the clown, but
I'm gonna go with the clown because the two toughness things we have like
you have the ghost.
Better,
it's
better blocks on. Again, they can
ghosts.
Yeah, the other thing is like if they have like some ways to. We also, again, still have the threat of, like, Balloon Man blowing up if they ever draw a real removal spell.
What's the chance that they have the 6?
Uh-oh.
Is that...
That's 5 damage. Exile. So,
yeah, and you can't do anything about that.
No, they're getting their friend back. So this ramps because this makes a everywhere land. Take a look at the art on everywhere. It's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
It also is token land, Aliens Island, Swamp, Forest, Mountain. So they don't have attacks.
The good news is you do have a second Jolly Balloon Man.
No way, buddy.
Interesting. They do have one left up, but like there would have been profitable times to attack beforehand had they.
What even grave? Instant. Okay, this is. I think this is them wanting to set up Delirium. Okay, fun fact here. I need to do some blocking in. No, actually, yeah, I need to do blocking like so. And then, like,
You accepted the death of the Phantasm.
Phantasm's how we're winning this game, I think.
Okay.
In a really weird way. Okay. So they get their treasure. That play, I think, was just getting Delirium.
Hmm.
Oh, you're perfect. Oh, you're perfect.
That is kind of the card you needed, huh?
Could not ask for a better draw, and by that I mean literally the best draw in our deck.
That now you actually can attack with it. You have Violent Urge back up. Like,
yeah.
and if they did decide to double block it as a brain genius, you could still, you know, deal 5 to their face afterwards.
I think they take it and kill me if I do that. They have a crackback that's pretty powerful right now. What we're gonna do is make some gremlins. And we're not even going to attack with gremlins. They're going to sit back and they are going to sit back and have a fun time. And you might ask, why are they doing that? So I can open this room next turn and kill our opponent with a bunch of 6/6s. Like, that's the win con here. Damn. Okay. That is discard a card to kill a room.
Yep.
Talk about the draw. Interesting that they chose to discard instead of just paying 2.
They 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they only have 6. They can't activate the TV.
Treasure token.
Yeah, I was counting those.
The TV itself
Okay.
can tap itself.
Okay.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TV, and then the treasure for 7.
Okay.
Now the question is, without that room, how do I kill you? Violent Urge is huge here. Hands off double strike. Yes, I'm aware that it is my go. Thank you. I'm gonna play this gremlin, hold the land, because this gremlin cycles. I think we're gonna just hang back and see what we can do and if they overcommit to an attack. So, end step. TV. The important bit here, though, is that none of their things have trample.
Mm-hmm.
These are just all cards. 3/3 gets blocked by the 2/4, and like we can sort of deal with big bodies if they try to start attacking with them. Like this is just a 7/7. Let's kill that. Nah, it's stuck on the ground in the TV.
Okay.
Good card. Empty-handed, that's not as good, because, like, that's just loots. So...
Yeah, draw discard here specifically is not very good for them.
yeah. Okay. Alright. So now we have to ask the question.
How do you kill them?
Yeah. I can spend the friendly ghost plus violent urge to kill the reach creature, but like that's still really slow. Infernal Phantom plus this is I think I might just pass here. I don't like it. But I don't see a good play. Let's give it some time. We'll give it some thought. They have the bookworm to like they have a better long game. The bookworm means that like sooner or later they come out of this and with another haymaker. And one more tips the scale here. We don't have a lot of time. Okay. That's that ain't it. The Gremlin again lets us cycle these lands, so if we can find any creature in our deck that's 2 or less power, which is basically anything that's like the low impact stuff, so stuff we do want to draw. Ooh,
Oh, they are playing Impossible Inferno.
that's terrible right now. Not only does that kill like our best creature, it gives them another play off the top of their deck. Oh god. All right. All right, hold on. We're Yep. All right.
Gonna take 6, I think.
So I have to block 2 things here.
Yeah. You can block the you know. You could block and kill the Scarecrow. You could block and kill and trade with the Overlord if you had to.
Thinking about how this works. The win con is... I'm dead next turn basically no matter what actions I take. I'm gonna...
You're gonna do the one that takes off the most amount of power on the one board?
No, we're gonna do the one that leaves us with the ability to try to win.
Okay, so you're not even gonna spend the Violent Urge?
No, we need to... if I spend the Violent Urge, we can't win. Like, there's no world where I can come back without that card, I don't think. So we're doing this. So what we're doing is we're going to top deck a creature that a relevant creature that has 2 power. We can discard a card, a removal spell that gets rid of one of these 2, and then the ability to attack it and double strike kill. I haven't figured out exactly what that line is yet, which is a problem because it probably means it doesn't exist, but this is the start of it. So body, discard a card, down, up, goat, in Gremlin, that's not going to be enough. Yeah, I don't think this is enough. Ugh. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this right here's very, very key in the game.
Oh yeah, no, if they didn't play that, you would have won the turn after that they played that, basically.
Yes. There's no real way for me to win in this game, so... This is a common. It's a pretty key one. A lot of rooms around. Like, it's just a nice thing to have. Like, so one thing about rooms is that a lot of rooms, like this, don't have consistent effects. Like, you know, they'll just do
They have
something
an
on come
ETB
in.
effect, more or less, yeah.
All right.
This cheerleader has a violent urge.
Yeah. Another bookworm.
Second bookworm, okay.
Violence. Okay.
Dead on the first strike step. You don't even get the other things.
That one was also close on the maneuvers. That one I can't pick out like one specific point.
I don't think there was no misplaying in
Yeah,
that game.
I think that one was
just
that was just like
that
we
came
had,
down to what players had.
yeah, and like choice of how we.
Mhm.
I'm super here for this. This looks nice.
Yeah.
So, cool thing with this hand, Gremlin is a really good 2, because Gremlin continuously loots. Will get us into like more lands, more action.
And the split skin doll also just draws one.
Yep.
So
That's the perfect one too. So let's go. Split skin doll. That order, please. Thanks.
a little greedy, but it's not wrong to discard the planes, I think.
Yeah, like I can get rid of the fear if things go long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And go. So hand that feeds will also filter for us next turn. Hand that feeds gets +2/+0 and menace on attack if we have delirium.
Right.
Which the gremlin is very good at making. Ooh! Okay, opponent played a black duel and searched a mountain.
Interesting.
Okay. I get a surveil.
Plaything's also an artifact, right? So, like, you could have delirium on.
Yes. Damn, if they're tapping
Doesn't
out for
matter. They fully tapped out for that. Yeah, they were scared for that one specifically.
That's really good for us, just because like we're in a good position for like continuing pressure.
Mm-hmm.
We'll discard this mountain. Okay. Opponents at 14, they could just die next turn to like the double striker alone. If they have to just play one body, they're dead.
Because you can just shelter by ghost, get the +1, and then jump scare, get the other +2.
Oh my god, we are tapping
Second drag to the roots. Wow, you are forcing them.
Yeah. Alright.
Thing is that they need to play stuff.
Yeah, they
need to.
I want them to play a 6. Murder, sure.
Okay. They're still dead in 2 turns. Because jump scare gives flying, thankfully.
I could have called their bluff, and actually I should have called their bluff and killed them there. That's fine. Shard Mage means I don't have to worry about that. Sure.
Okay. What permanents do they have in their...
Wary Watchdog and a 6 to grab another mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, they're dead here. Yeah, they're dead here because we jump. Yeah, jump scare does indeed jump. Also, they're dead because I could go like shelter by I could like kill this board too. So, hi Jolly Balloon Man, how you doing?
That's a great backup plan after this cannot fail almost. No, it just definitely can't fail because there's nothing like even if they could kill this on single black green,
they would have to have
have Shardman's Rescue.
Yeah, they would have to have something that can flip up like with reach or something. Okay, the thing that killed our opponent was that like, and this is something like this is kind of a fact of how aggro works and how in these sorts of matchups, all of our threats that we had were 2-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. And our opponent's removal against them was 4-drop, 4-drop, 3-drop, meaning that like we spent half the mana
hugely
to deploy
compared to
these,
you.
and which is why they had no board by the end of this. They had to tap out twice for Drag to the Roots just to kill like a 2-drop that we had played. Leaving them. If we had, God, imagine if we had the shard still.
Yeah.
Caverns goblins. Very different style of goblin in Lost Caverns.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's roll 4-2. I'm feeling
4-2 so far,
I'm feeling quite good on this.
Cheerleader, jump scare, violent urge. It's not that good.
But
it does have a play on 2, and at 16 lands, you've already taken 4 out of your.
Yeah.
There's 12 left.
Ooh.
Yeah, good.
Gremlin
Excellent.
first.
Yeah, Gremlin makes this way better. Get rid of one of these.
What was
lanes.
Oh no!
The mirror.
Gremlin v Gremlin. Gremlin on Gremlin violence. We're gonna discard a planes, of course. Thank you, Hand That Feeds. Hand That Feeds when we have the Gremlin is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So we don't have direct removal, and we're in the Boros mirror. Ooh. They're up. They're us.
They're on
They've been
the
us.
mirror. More than the Boros mirror. This is the full deck mirror.
Yeah, we are, So I think they have a 1-red trick. There was a stop. I think it's probably just Violent Urge.
Yeah.
Because they had a stop.
If that's the case, jump scare beats it.
Yes. Okay, well.
Having that second red would actually be kind of nice.
Yeah, let's do this, and we'll do hand the
And then
feeds.
toss the planes.
Yeah, stop. See how... So this is the good old Eternal read.
Mm-hmm.
I call it Eternal because that was where you did this before MTGA came out, but you can feel the stops. Because our opponent has priority, that means they have some sort of legal action.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I like Ghost. I'm willing to just trade against Doll, too, if they just want to trade against Doll. But if they go for the... Like, if they
They're
go
thinking
for
about
the...
whether or not they want the...
Oh, it's turn inside. That's the other possible... Okay. That
means that this isn't anything more than... I mean, they'll get the Manifest, but, like, that's...
Well, what it means is I can use Violent Urge myself to counter this, and then we get a flyer.
Mm-hmm.
Or, oh, hold on, or I can use Jump Scare to counter this by jumping the Acrobat, preventing them from getting into combat at all, and then they just have the 2-1. They don't get the Manifest Dread. I like that better.
Sure.
I like that better because it lets me save Violent Urge, which I think is a trick that wins the game in this match. Alright, and now we have a flyer.
Very funny to... Yeah, it's like...
You know,
actually, cool spell. It doesn't do anything.
we both showed each other a combat trick, nodded, and then went, alright. Like, that was, yup, you got it, boss. Like...
I forgot the Reverend Gremlin
Yes,
had Menace, by the way.
Yeah, the other bit about that is that if I let them have that, that's a gremlin. Oh, they have a better deck than we do. No!
Okay.
Uh-oh. Whenever Arabella attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent. You gain X life, where X is the number of creatures with 2 or less.
Jeez.
This card is...
That's an ass-kicking and a half. Holy shit.
Yeah.
World's best Hell Rider. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Gremlin in, of course. So the idea is that we can hopefully kill it in combat because it's a 1-3, but...
Worth noting, Friendly Ghost says 2 power.
Indeed. Our graveyard is currently instant land. We can't get to Violent Urge.
Nah, but... I mean, you can, you know...
Just play
You can
for
still have a 4 power creature swing in. I mean, Arabella, though... Arabella gains life.
Yeah, but Arabella has to attack to do that.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and give Cheerleader
We
it.
need the goat, right?
Yeah,
Like,
we're
you just toss the goat.
Yeah, we're tossing the goat.
Okay.
I don't need to play that.
Yeah, because you're not playing Violent Urge on this turn no matter what.
Actually, I might play it defensively.
Okay. If that's the case, then I guess you do play it.
Yeah, it is likely I play it defensively. Or at least, that it comes down to me playing it defensively, so I want to have that as an option. I know it removes the cycling a land away, but, I think the option matters here. Because we need, Arabella can't live in combat. If Arabella lives through combat, we're smoked. Okay. So that's fine. Yep.
Okay, that's actually... I think that's not a particularly important card to keep around, so...
Okay. Arabella in. And you get to attack with other things too, because we're obviously going to be double blocking on Arabella here. Okay. Drain 3. And again, Arabella can't live, so we're just gonna put the board in front. Now, Jump Scare. There's a lot of tricks they can have.
I guess honestly, the best one would be for us would be just turn inside out again,
Yeah.
because you can just kill that with Violent Urge.
I actually want it to. Yeah. Shard mages. We're still.
That doesn't even save it.
That just lets it kill our gremlin.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that outcome.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Arabella is dead, I'm okay with the outcome. We still are not on Delirium. Cards in grave are currently instant creature land.
Right, so
That's a nice one.
that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably killing
then
their
you can just
gremlin. It doesn't get us Delirium,
yeah.
which if it
You
did...
could use it to kill whatever one they block with, but
That's sort of the same outcome as just using it.
yeah, fair.
I'm gonna hold it in case of something more, again, like Arabella 2 or something like that.
Right. I mean, white has a couple of small guy
Recursion, yeah.
I think one recursion for a small guy in this deck in the game
and
in this set.
And it would absolutely fit in this deck very well with the creatures there.
Oh, for sure.
So
yeah.
My hope would be
Fun
like
note is I think that's
Gremlin 2.
okay. Chose not to do it, so they like their hand.
Okay. Taking it. The new batch is here.
Okay, so here's the thing.
I'm thinking about
If
killing.
you draw a sorcery, you win.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna end step kill this gremlin.
Yeah, that's fair. That's like banking on it if it's a possibility. You draw any sorcery, you win.
Yeah.
Do you even have sorceries in your deck?
The one that makes 3 gremlins.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean that.
Oh!
That's also really good. That's another way to just win. Okay.
Okay. That's not lethal, but damn.
It's close though. Yeah.
Okay. Put him to 3. We've got Violent Urge. I don't.
They're dead next turn unless they have a flying blocker.
Yep, there's their own gremlins. And those all... That's 5 lifelink there, by the way. The way that works. Because all gremlins gain it. Not lethal.
If they didn't block anything, it would be, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, there's no way that happens. And we don't have double strike because we don't have the last type. I think it's just attack, probably in
The cheerleader?
Yeah, cheerleader in the air.
I'm concerned about your health total now, though.
Yeah, well, cheerleader makes a goblin, like a gremlin, so like the outcome is the same having.
Right, okay, fair enough.
The problem is, though, you're right, like, our current problem is that they have 5 bodies, 1 with menace. If they all out us, we take... we take 3 and die, if they have a land. That's unstoppable. Yeah. We talked about the card that wins the game, and that was that card was the one that wins the game.
Get it on both sides, even.
Yeah. Most Valuable Slayer. Yeah, the problem is that doing the math, we were dead on board. And I didn't.
So you did the
Yeah. That was
attack that theoretically could have let them
correct. Correct. That's why I took that attack rather than. Like, there's a chance, like, they don't. There's a chance on both sides. Like, if we leave back enough to block, maybe they think we don't have, like, you know, similarly. But both sides of that are basically asking our opponent to make choices. And, well, you know, losing against the mirror, seeing something like that's a good one. This deck was so fun.
Yeah, this deck was a blast.
Love Balloon Man. Love. I don't think there's a card in this deck I don't like, which is a sign of a.
Yeah, when you don't have a 23rd, that's a good sign.
Like, what's our? I want to say maybe Goat.
Goat's only problem was that we never drew it at the right time.
Yeah.
I think Goat would have been
Well,
would have still been very good at others.
The Goat was also important just as like Goat in the doll shop as like
Yeah.
a thing to start getting the doll shop on. Even Terramorphic Expanse. Here's the thing, we won those games where I drew that Terramorphic Expanse on 6.
Yeah, it's true.
We
it didn't actually meaningfully affect those games.
So yes, I'm right here with it. You know.
Terramorphic Expanse is fine. I just thought it was very funny that the exact situation I brought up happened twice.
It may have been better to swap Goat for Phone just for Delirium options. Honestly, that might have been like Key also. Like
He would have made Delirium way easier to turn on. It's true.
yeah, something like that where like because like that last game, like us on Delirium turns that from like. Oh, do we have any other sorceries, by the way? Just checking for. No, it was just Midnight Mayhem.
I think you actually only have 4 types in your. You have instant, creature, sorcery, enchantment, and land. I guess you have 5.
Yeah, we have 5.
But you only have the 1 sorcery,
Yeah.
and you have like 1 artifact, 2 artifacts as well. 3 artifacts.
Yeah, so it's we have every type in here. We have all 6 normal types. Artifact, enchantment. Thing is, we don't have a lot of enchantments. This deck was so good though, so fun. Jolly Balloon.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Thank you, Jolly Balloon Man. We got to learn about Jolly Balloon Man's powers. We got to. Let's take some packs and let's take a look at some cards from this. That's nice. We're back up to where we were sitting. Sitting pretty. Yeah, 10 packs. Awesome. Yeah, Terramorphic Expanse puts a land in the grave for Delirium too, which is like one of the more relevant bits that it has available to it. Alright, back down here. Moldering Gym, I like this one a lot for like ramp plus big creature in one card. Neither of them are like here's the thing about rooms. Like they tend to not be like efficient. Like you're not getting, because you have a split card, you're not getting maximum efficiency. But split card. You know, like
Yeah.
Two
What
sides.
you make up in efficiency, you make up in versatility.
Yeah. Which is why this format, like I can feel the value engines, the mid range having a strong position in this format. Like because there's a lot of these rooms that are really powerful too. Like on both on aggro and control sides. So
Yep.
Say its name, pretty fun. Mill 3, pick up a creature land, and you can exile 3 copies of it to call Altanak, which is a 9/9 uncommon. Just into play. I'd love to live that dream. Bad. I'm a huge fan of
Baseball confirmed for this plane before it became gotten by a demon.
Yeah. Demons love baseball.
Baseball is just canonical to Magic.
Okay. Well, hold on. I want to say on that line, baseball earlier gets air quotes canonical to Magic off of the baseball promos that they did for the Planeswalkers, right?
Fair enough.
They
Yeah.
they did the baseball card promos, which that doesn't make it canonical to like the world, but it makes it around.
Mhm.
Now
They already did do sports as a set theme, kind of. That was Battle Bond.
yeah, Battle Bond
It doesn't really work.
Yeah,
but
like Battle Bond is like arena Kelvin Ball.
it was more wrestling
multiplayer,
and
yeah,
things like that.
and like there's a little bit of sports going on in Strixhaven. There could be some more sports. I'd like more sports. I love this card. I think I love this card too much. So Tormentors are just like a type of card that started in Amonkhet that are like give your opponent the choice of lose 3, discard a card, sack a non-land. The idea
All 3
is,
of them are bad for them.
yeah, the idea is you want to stick them in a situation where they don't have a good choice. A player on a huge life total can just take the hit. A player with a bunch of tokens can just sack the tokens. But, like, I love this one for making the damage scalable and lifelink. So all of a sudden, rather than, like, your opponent loses 3, it has, like, a helix bit on it, which is really fun. One of the things I appreciate about the end of the story is Zimone takes Tyvar and Nico back to Strixhaven so that she can introduce them to varsity esports. Yeah! Time for Mage Ball. Love Shelter by Ghosts. This card is like, I talked about the Bookworm being like best uncommon. This might beat it because it's monocolored and really strong. Like,
yeah,
Cynical Loner. Yeah, no, I didn't finish my Cynical Loner story. I was playing a game, a draft with this, where I played this on 2, and on 3 I play like 2 more 1-drops, missing my land, like just like a 1/1 with haste and like another body, and it's like, all right, everything's great as long as my opponent doesn't Pyroclast, and then the moment I said Cla, like Pyroclasm came out of their hand and blew up all my entire board. Which
always
as is my power.
Only works if it's funny.
Comedy or evil.
I wonder. I earnestly wonder if like part of the inspiration for this set was Haunted House on the Hill, like because the conceit of the rooms just really feels a lot like it.
Yeah, there's some good development articles about like the vision design process of how this set came to be and how like it shifted. Like a lot of like. Some sets shift heavily, some sets stay as they are, and some sets are in between, like in between. This one had like a couple like small changes where like, the inspiration was basically like, hey, we kind of want to go with a more modern horror, and then starting from that point, and like, how do we come up with that? There's a very good video by Ristic Studies, which is a sentence you will always hear when you talk about Ristic Studies.
When you talk about Ristic Studies, yeah.
But there's a very good video by Ristic Studies about the theming of this set. It's about 30 minutes, and it has some good interviews with people on the initial design and a lot of like in-depth talks about like where they came up with the stylization for like the moths, or where they came up with a lot of the ideas for like where this eventually went. Really good video. Highly recommend that.
Zimone?
Zimone is cool as hell. Yeah, we played against Zimone. Love Zimone. Love make a prime token.
A prime dog.
Prime dog. Look, if
I wonder if someone's going to like look at this reminder text and then say like, okay, once like in a commander game, this is going to become like a 37-37.
Yeah, I was gonna say 37. Right? Yeah, somebody's gonna get.
But that's not listed as a prime number on here. Is someone going to tell you that the reminder text doesn't say that that's prime? It's like, my guy. The reminder text is just giving you a range that are reasonable prime numbers.
We gotta call them out.
There's an infinite number of prime numbers.
Curse recording. The thing's powerful. You should have a game won by the time you've cast 7.
Yeah.
Instants. I adore this card. Uh, like just the stats, the effect, the like. This just has some really wacky, you know,
This is an
10-1.
interesting mill card, which I mean that doesn't happen very often, honestly.
Yeah, and
Uh,
mill in this format, like
is
with
relevant.
yeah, manifest dread and such. Like if this hits you one time, like that's danger. If this hits you twice, you're probably done. I mean, 10 power,
Yeah.
obviously, but like
And I mean, yeah, that's the same reason why sort of body and mind kills you in two
Yes.
swings in limited.
yeah.
But yeah, it has the same effect there. It kills you as quick as sort of body and mind. So
You couldn't like stifle it. That's not a triggered effect. You could blank its text box in like before it hits in some way. Like,
although in that case, you would take 10 damage because when you declare,
but
you'd have to specifically do it before the blocking step to block it.
or you could do it offensively
True.
after the blocking step, and then remove the text box with like a I'm trying to think of a way to do that. It isn't like snake form or like something that sets power and toughness.
There's the I guess yeah, you'd have to.
Yeah, right.
Like, that do that without
know.
setting power and toughness as well. Now you mention it,
Right? That's hard to. Okay, this cat
is extremely powerful.
This cat's wild. For one, like just as like a flash blocker, like 4/3 is a strong line because it trades up and down. Like it'll block a manifest. It'll trade up with some reasonable bodies, and when it is in play, okay. So the card named Coastal Piracy, which is the effect that this has, costs blue 2. So, like, you flash
so this is
in.
a 4/3 that dies and becomes Coastal Piracy.
Yeah. Like, very strong. Bident of Thassa would be the more, like, modern power of it, but...
Man, that's something that they said that they want. Hey, the guy.
More
I know that's something that they said that they wanted to keep as an iconic thing for Theros, but I think it'd be kind of neat to have more enchantment artifacts.
Yeah, I think it fits to have that be specific to Theros, and like maybe we can when we're doing like foundation stuff, maybe we can still use it because we have Theros in there. But.
Oh wow, this is a curse without the curse line.
Yeah, basically, it's not enchant opponent, which is what technically delineates it. But like, there were a couple questions when this was spoiled. It's like, why isn't this a curse? And it's like, we don't want every like sometimes we don't want to overwhelm with like one-off mechanics on a set.
And for what it's worth, they did justify this by making it mechanically distinct. I don't know why you'd ever want to put this on yourself. But,
yeah. Yeah, also, yes. This one has an alt art, too, if I remember right. I don't think I can see it from there. Ooh, I love this one. This card kicks ass because it's a demonic tutor.
Yeah, it's demonic tutor straight up if you have delirium. Like, not
well,
completely unambiguous. It is demonic tutor.
And then when it doesn't have delirium, it's a demonic
it's a demon tutor.
It's a demon tutor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's also true. So in the set for a while, and there's still a number of cards in this set that like are around from this. There was like a wound idea where creatures would be like creatures. You'd have like lasting injuries. At one point, it was something like you would be injured, and that like you would have an injury token, and it was kind of like a glass asp sort of thing where it hits you, and then you can pay 2 at any point before your upkeep to get rid of it, and if it's still there, you like take a damage. But this is like the holdovers are like Cracked Skull and the Uncommon Edict. We don't have it in here, but it's like enchant creature. That creature dies if it's hit again, and you edict on another thing. But yeah, I love demonic tutor and demonic tutor. Like that's fun. Again, delirium's actually really. This card's pretty damn good because of like how delirium is in this set too. So.
Yeah, I mean, especially in black green, this is going to be on instantly.
Yeah, because like in just to talk about like cards in this set, with things like Say Its Name, with things like Manifest Dread, with like bits like that, it's really easy to get down to Deliria very quickly. Toby's got a friend. Ooh.
Charred Foyer.
Paying your upkeep, exile top card. You can play it this turn. Once per turn, you can play an exile card for 0.
Quite powerful.
That's yeah. Like left side is like an outpost siege. Like that's an effect we've had a number of times. I bring up outpost siege as the one that I think of, but we've had like Ixalan had one. There's a few of them. Warp Space though, ooh, that's a nice rider to have on it. So, of course.
Yep. It is technically the most valuable thing you can get in the game
Yep.
client. It is, however, very boring when you want to talk about cards you see. You open up.
I really like this format.
I think this format kicks ass.
Like,
I think that this is probably the best draft format of the year.
Yeah, I'm like, Caverns wasn't this year. And Caverns actually had a little bit of issues because I think the artifact stuff was a little more tuned. Because like before this, it's Bloomburrow. Before Bloomburrow, we're in
Modern Horizons 3, technically.
Oh God, yeah, we would be in Modern Horizons 3. Then we go to Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which
23, and Thunder Junction was fine, but
yeah. Thunder Junction like was better than I expected it to be, because like I thought like the pile of bonus sheets was going to do a lot to it, and it did, but it made it kind of sillier, and I was okay with that.
It had the same effect on the format as the bonus sheet in
March.
All Will Be One, or no, March of the Machines.
March,
right? Yeah,
March of the Machines,
which
singular.
made very swingy.
Yeah. Yeah, Outlaws Thunder Junction, solid 7 out of 10 format. That's a good way to put it. Like every set has its best combinations, and like Celestia is pretty good in that. But everything also competes in that format, and like there's a lot of fun to be had with like playing big cactuars or setting up a big plot turn or like a number of different ways to go.
Yeah.
And so like
there were a couple of half-baked mechanics in it, like. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really understand. I don't really understand saddle and things like that. Like
saddles,
okay, you made creatures that are vehicles already. Yeah, basically,
it's kind of weird because like saddle like reads and like sort of plays like okay, like creatures and they already do their thing, but like it's still like both like wildly like people really loved saddle and also like. It played pretty well. It played pretty interestingly. Like like there are a number of like saddle cards that play in some fun ways. Both like synergies with tapping creatures or just like the abilities that you hand off that have like a cost to them that is like you have to work around in deck building. And then before Outlaws, we go back to Murders, and I think Murders is the weakest of
Murders is the low place of the draft formats.
Yeah.
It's not like offensively bad or anything,
No.
but it's like it's not New Capenna, for example, for like a solved unpleasant draft format. It is, however, just like the least interesting out of all of them.
Yeah, but the problem I ended up having about Murders is kind of twofold, and they both like land around each other. And it's funny because Duskmourn feels like it's playing better space than it. Morph gameplay,
I mean, it's using Manifest better.
Morph gameplay just kind of sucks. I have a lot of fun with Cons, and I like the way Cons plays, and a lot of that is that the after coming back to playing Cons, like one, it's way different than what a modern draft format looks like, and two, like the power level is still more set up around like what a morph looks like. Like
morphs can rate because they two twos, they're still all over the place. Still works in that, like just for numbers. Whereas in Murders, they really had to kind of, stretch themselves really thin to make tutus as a thing super relevant in it. It feels like.
As a side effect of that, and the more modern sensibilities of like what creatures look like, Murders is a set that like the moment you miss your land drop, you immediately die.
Yeah.
Because like all your morphs need a bunch of mana to flip up, and if you forbid you don't hit your 3,
yeah, in that case, then you can't even play them.
Yeah, so that's not to mention some of the other concerns within the format, but it's the weakest of the more modern ones.
Yeah, and meanwhile though, and like this is something that I do believe is true in general. Well, Fate Reforged is definitely the worst format compared to cons. Manifest is the better mechanic compared to Morph. I really like Manifest, just in general. I feel like it plays really well, and Manifest Dread is actually a really good expansion on it as a thing.
I'm going to go to bat for Morph and cons in particular, because I like the way that it works both as a color smoother.
I think what I mean morally is that in the abstract, I like
Manifest
as a mechanic more.
No,
not necessarily that cons use it better than Manifest, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Agreed, where it's like Fate Reforged kind of dunked on that format, but that wasn't Manifest's fault. So yeah, Manifest with like a counter or 2 or 3 from like Duskmourn is a really interesting like sidestep on it, where like all of a sudden, you play out it's gonna be way at the end, like the gym that puts 3 counters on a Manifest Dread. Like, how big is that when it flips up? Like, is that gonna be like a branch snapper? Like, oh, you're crunched, or is that planes? Is that nothing? And there's a couple of those in the set. There's a blue one that is Aquarium, puts a 1/1 counter on it, and it even comes with a Surveil, so you can like set up the top of the deck for a creature you like. But,
yeah, the Manifest Dread makes me, and like the way this works on it, makes me like excited to see what they do more with the idea in general, because I do think that Manifest actually has a ton of untapped mechanical potential, because generally speaking, the mechanics on Manifest are just, take that card and flip it over. It's just a 2/2 now. It can go from anywhere. It can do anything.
I'm gonna say my biggest problem with it is the name. And
that's true.
And it's not like oh, that sounds funky or whatever. It's that it's setting limiting. Like it's I feel like it takes like, I feel like it takes like flavor justification to use it in another setting rather than just have it exist.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's a lot of mechanics I like that.
But the problem is like Manifest is a really, really wide open mechanic.
Yeah. So like, I think what that really means is at the very least, Manifest as a term just basically means present, or put it in, like show it up, which means that like, it's not that hard to justify.
I know that like that's my nit to pick on the mechanic. I think the mechanic's quite good, especially with like, again, the way that it mills in this set works really well with like graveyard setup and just in general getting Delirium. So anyway, that's Duskmourn. I'll fit some more in over the weekend. Maybe fit some more in on Sunday in the slot. I know that I'm open on the normal slot there, so maybe try to fit one in the afternoon that day, or if I'm able to on Saturday evening. But I really like for certain Tuesday when we come back around. I want to fit some more of this limited in. I still want to see what Gruul plays like. I still want to reanimate. Sure. I didn't get to do either.
I would love to see. You haven't played Black at all yet, as far as I can tell. So I would like to see that.
No, I haven't played Black. I haven't played Green either.
I mean, like, hey, if you end up not being able to really do that much reanimate, on the other hand, if Golgari's available, that's always a good
just
time
to go big, ramp it up. What if you just cast them?
I'm never gonna complain about playing Golgari. That's my jam.
All right, well, thank you, Doc, for jumping on in. You should all check out over on Doc's channel on Monday. There's a marathon going on. Thank you all for joining here. Thank you again, Nick Themeron, for the ridiculous amount of gifted subs. Thank you for everybody who did sub as well today. And thank you for everybody for just being here. having a good time. Hope y'all enjoyed the draft format. This was
I want to point out it is intensely funny to see of the top gifters up there, and Twitch is number 2.
Twitch is number 2 because it's like a bonus bit.
Yeah.
Like on the. That's funny. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and send y'all over to Smite, who's Smite doing Gong? Smite's doing Gong. So
Yeah, Gong Show.
please go ahead and have a good time over there. Follow, subscribe, but just be here having a good time is also great. So anyway, yeah. So thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.